So is everyone logged in, right? Everything's good?
Yep.
Alright.
Ooh, that brewer though.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
I'm so pumped. It's great stuff. Alright.
We don't die.
Not if I can help it.
We got the band together and Travis. Sponsored by, he's like Tom Brady over there, sponsored by Under Armour. Alright, so I'm just gonna basically guess that you guys have been in Neverwinter, right? Like that's where we decided. So wherever you're staying, the innkeeper comes up to you and says, sir, you have a letter. Seemed pretty urgent, and hands it to Tarkin at the door, and walks away.
And the letter.
Within it, Duchess Morrowind of Daggerford, someone that you know all too well, you've done many jobs for, is having guests for dinner, and you are invited. No strangers to Daggerford. You have come to the town's defense on more than one occasion, and you count Lady Morrowind as a friend and a benefactor. So, basically the gist is that she invites you for dinner for a pressing issue.
You said that she's a friend with benefits?
You guys have done jobs with her in the past. You have a very good relationship, not benefits relationship. And as you head forward, you end up in the town of Daggerford. You walk in.
Should we be seeing things?
Oh, do I have to put this is like the one thing I didn't do anything with. There you go. Right now. Hey. So you walk in right here through the gates into a bustling marketplace, and you know that back here is the Duchess's castle, Ducal Castle. So I'll leave it up to here for what you guys want to do, but
Sorry, can you say the name of that person again?
Ducal Castle, Ducal.
No, the name of the lady who invited us.
Lady Morwen.
Oh, Duchess Morwen.
Oh, Duchess. Oh, I'm already wrong.
Morwen.
At least I spelled Morwen right. So what did the letter say? That we're invited to dinner?
Yep.
And what time did we get here? Morning?
It was basically the summary is that you're invited for dinner, and she has a pressing issue to speak to you about. And yeah, it's like, yeah, we'll just say that you get here around like 10 a.m.
Well, Daggerford, long time no see. Shall we make for the keep, or did anyone need anything in the market?
I mean, she said it was for dinner, right? It's a little early. Do you think she'd feed us early? I could eat.
Well, if she won't feed us now, I'm sure she wouldn't mind our company. We were invited after all.
I don't think it would be, we would be unwelcome guests if we went early. And they could turn us away if we are not wanted.
Brewer, do you have need of any supplies in the market?
I'm like rustling through my bags and looking at my flasks and stuff. Don't know yet.
Well, we can always return, should the need arise. I say we make for the keep. And I'm gonna start heading towards it.
Okay. So as you walk through the streets, a cool autumn breeze blows through. As you make your way to the keep, you get up to the castle walls where there's two soldiers. On guard. How can I help you?
We were invited by the Duchess, and I present the letter.
And that's her seal. Little early, are we?
Well, we got into town faster than expected.
I was hungry.
Well, there's a big dinner tonight. Everyone's invited, but it won't be until later, so can't have you coming in now. There's too many. They're getting ready for the dinner now. If you come in a couple hours, though, sure you get seated.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
Bid you adieu.
I'm gonna turn around. Well, we got some time to kill.
Do you think they'll announce us when we show up? It's a thing they often do at fancy dinners. You walk in and they announce your name. I feel like we should have a name. You can announce us all at once.
We all have names. What do you
But I
say?
mean, like, collectively. We're the... I'll work on it. I'll come up with something.
What are we, some kind of suicide squad? Couldn't resist.
I like the sound of collectively.
The collective.
Ooh, the collective. that sounds kind of spooky and powerful.
Well, what are we thinking until then? You want to make a way for a tavern or something?
Do I know if there's any libraries or bookstores or anything like that?
You've been
Barry?
here before, so yeah, you would know the ins and outs of the town. You would know that bookstore. I think we can all see the numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, the lizard's gizzard.
I know, I was looking at that.
29. We're going to 29. We're going to lizard's gizzard.
I'm down for the lizard's gizzard.
Yeah. This lizard's gizzard. It is a fantastic place. We need to go there.
I'd
have
say
all the-
the Helmix Herbs and Oddments would have books.
Will the lizard's gizzard have actual lizard's gizzards? I could use a couple.
Unlikely.
They might. You never know what they may have.
Have we been to the Lizard Gizzard before? I know there was one that I'm not exactly welcome back after a misunderstanding in the kitchen.
Surely it wasn't the lizard's gizzard.
No,
It may have
that
been the
was not.
Happy Cow Tavern.
I think it was the Lucky Lady.
Possibly there as well. I'm pretty set on this lizard's gizzard, I'm gonna be honest.
Barry, which place did you say? What number?
40. This might be the one that you took someone out. I don't remember.
This is the town that I did, but this is not the map because all the numbers are still there.
Oh no, 40 is right there. Yeah, okay. I didn't remember if I used that map or just the original because I was just like, I don't care. Like they can look.
Yeah, because I only got rid of like most of them. There were still like 5 or 6
Yeah,
left
there were
that
like
were in
6
weird
or
places
something
that I was like,
yeah.
fuck this, I can't.
Yeah. So 40 is over there.
I can meet you guys at the Lizard Gizzards. I want to stop by Hemlick's just to see if he has any new books. I don't know, Drew, if you want herbs or anything, he may have some stuff for you. Okay, well, I'll see you guys at the tavern. Start walking over.
Is it Drew?
Drew, I called you Drew. As I
Okay.
said, Brewer doesn't feel right. So
Okay, got it. Yeah, then that reaction makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. I figured he would not necessarily approve, but
Sorry,
it's what
I
I'm
like-
gonna
I didn't
continue
think you were
to call
talking
him.
to me. Sorry.
Yep. Brewer got shortened to Brew, that got changed to Drew.
So not. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No rhyme or reason.
Got it.
I just wanted something that felt more like a real name. And you wouldn't tell me yours, so
I'm heading
I
to the
picked.
gizzard.
I don't think.
What's wrong with Brewer as a name?
It feels more like a title. I didn't like it. I want to humanize him more
I don't think I
because
ever got the opportunity to respond.
I mean, if you want me to not call you Drew, you are more than welcome to suggest an alternative.
The name is just used for getting attention.
Perfect. Drew it is. So, anyway, do you need to come to the store with me?
Will they have lizards, gizzards there?
I mean, they've got other herbs and stuff, so they might, but probably more for like crafting than eating. So, depends on your purpose, I guess. Pick your poison. Is that the right time to use that phrase?
I always pick my poison.
I will start heading off towards number 40.
I'll follow, but
Far enough away that I can't talk to you.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
All right, so we got
Splitting the party early.
so split the party. Tarkin and Circos going to Lizards Gizzards, and Octavia and Brewer going to Helmix. Can I get Tarkin and Octavia to roll just to see which one we go to?
Just a straight D20.
Just D20. Yeah.
I thought I rolled another 20 for a second.
Woo!
There's a 20.
Who got the crit?
Octavia.
I did.
Okay. So you make it over to a corner building that has a big old sign out front that has herbs and then books. Basically, it's like plants and then books on the side, and this is Herbert's on top. What do you know?
I was probably
Helmix.
talking to Brewer the entire time, even though he wasn't close to me. Once I saw him walking, following my direction, I would have assumed that he was right behind me and just kept talking, so I look like I'm talking to no one. But once we get there, hi Hemlick. Any new books today?
Hey, books? You haven't got any new books in a while. Usually buy my books from the pirates. And they haven't been stealing too many shipments lately for the town, so... But, I mean, we have a good selection. What are you looking for?
Let's see. Anything food related? Or possibly, something with some sort of stories. Anything for folklore. Anything like that.
Folklore, we got some hag witch storybook, I believe, over there in that corner. And then we got, for cooking, I believe we got the Sword Coast chili book in the far back corner over there, filled with the boars. There's a seafood from the Purple Rocks.
Perfect. I'll go take a look at those, and I will be back shortly.
And you, strange-looking fellow, how can I help you out?
You said there was a book on the Purple Rocks.
Ah, cooking.
What kind of cooking?
Aquatic sea life.
I'll have it.
Well, you might have to fight your Missy over there for it.
The Purple Rocks one is the same as the Sword Coast chili book, or a separate book?
Separate book.
This one's all yours, Drew. It is apparently not about cooking on rocks. It is about the location. So it is all yours. And I toss it underhand in his direction. Whether he is prepared to receive it or not.
Yeah, let the book hit the ground. I'm just gonna watch it.
Be careful with the merchandise, alright? I know the books are a side gig, but my plants are the biggest thing. You look like a plant guy. You little vials, you use plants for those? Herbs?
Sometimes.
Well, I'm your guy. I got the freshest herbs in the city. I'm the only guy with herbs in the city, but they're fresh.
Sometimes fresh isn't good.
Never heard that one before.
What mosses and lichens do you have?
We got brown moss, green moss, turquoise moss.
You can answer that you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the scientific meanings of them, if that's what you mean. I'm just a simple trader.
I look at the brown moss.
And you can tell that this is like a heavy set human, and he's kind of leaning, and he has what almost to be like a cigar in the other hand.
Uh-huh.
A flaming cigar and a store full of herbs. Now, I don't really like for you to play with my intelligence, sir. So, I mean, look at my wares, pick what you need. I'll tell you a price, alright?
Thank you.
Okay, Hemlock, here we go. I've got the Hagwitch book, the Chili book, and I found this one, Famous Legends and Lore of the North. How much for all three of these? And do you happen to have ink and parchment?
Ink and parchment, yeah, There's your character sheet. Alright, the ink, it's 10 gold. Parchment is a silver a piece, so let me know how much you want of it. The books, the cookbook's gonna be 10 silver. What was the second book you bought?
Hagwitch stories?
The Hag Stories is gonna be 25 silver. And that Legends book is gonna be 1 gold.
I only have 9 silver for the cookbook.
Your cookbook is, let me look, 9? It's 10. You can't ask your friend here, or...
I don't have a friend. I have 9 silver pieces and 4 copper pieces that I can give you. And I can give you a torch.
I mean, I don't have need for a torch. I'm in a highly flammable place. Can you roll a persuasion roll? I tell you, friend, you could just ask your friend right here. She looks like she has a good amount of money. I mean, friend or not, you came in together. She threw a book at your feet.
You break a gold?
You break a gold? So you have the money and you're just trying to jip me?
That's racist. No, I didn't. I have 9 silver and I hold up 9 silver, and I have 4 copper and I hold up 4 copper. And then I have a bag of gold that's like on my hip. That's like clanking around.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna... just the 10 gold, sir, and have you leave.
I'll just give him a gold coin.
Ooh. Alright, thank you, sir. Means a lot.
I'm expecting some change.
Oh, thought you were being generous. He reaches in and he hands you your 90 silver.
I thought you were going to gypsy me.
Gypsy. Ugh. We don't see many of those. There have been wandering folk around the town, I tell you that, though. I ain't too fond of it, scaring away customers.
Not all those who wander are actually wandering.
Sir, you're giving me a headache. And he just hands you the book. And he pushes over the change. Alright, Missy.
Okay, so I will take the ink. Let's see, 10 pages of parchment. Are these things that can be used for scribing spells and stuff, or is it just general parchment?
I mean, you scribe spells, on parchment with ink. I mean, you're not a wizard, so you don't really have any, things against, you know what I mean? So, you don't have a spell book, necessarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So you're grabbing the inked, right?
Yep, ink.
Yep.
For 10 gold. 10 pieces of parchment.
Yep.
Which I believe would be 2 more gold. At a silver each.
You're at
Or no, sorry.
11 gold right now.
Okay. And then I will take the Hagwitch stories and the Chili book, but I will leave the famous legends and lore for another day.
Okay. I did the ink and stuff, so just take the rest out. The chili book was 10, and the hag book is the one you're keeping. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
so that's
25
35 silver total.
35 silver. So just take that out and add them to your inventory.
Yep.
Well, good doing business with you. I hope you enjoy those novels. I already took your ink in out.
So it used up. You took out 400 copper and some amount of silver. It looks like. Does that sound accurate? It feels like I'm missing more money than I should.
It should have been 10, 11 gold. You have 46 gold. You lost 11 gold.
Okay. And one other thing that my friend might have been too shy to ask. Do you happen to have any lizards or gizzards?
A what?
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Anything else, Drew? Or are you all set? Sounds like you're all set. Off to the tavern. And I start to leave.
Folk. Alright, and you guys take off. Alright, Lizard Gizzard Town, let's go.
This letter from the Duchess, is this abnormal for her? Is it weird that she invited us to dinner?
Oh.
Or is it just kind of normal?
I mean, you have a good relationship with her,
Okay.
so it's not crazy. No.
Alright, I'm gonna walk in to the Gizzard Inn.
Roll up on the gizzard.
Roll into the Gizzard. Was it just like a normal tavern?
The strip club.
Yeah, so you'd walk in and you'd see like a sort of grimier tavern. More pirate, like there's like sketchier clientele. There's a couple like pirate looking guys up front. And where is Lizard Gizzard?
29.
Yeah. It's over here. So there's like a couple pirates, a couple like workers and stuff like that, but they're all like some of them are playing cards and dice, and like it's all like noon shift like drinks and stuff at this point. And there's a Amanda, whatever you want your character to be at the bar.
He's a muscular human woman, and she looks kind of like stoutly and short. This is kind of chubby, and she's just really happy when she's working. She's just bustling around, and she's got a gap tooth in her smile.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna walk up to the bar and sit down.
Hello, dear. What can I get for you?
Do you have ale?
I do have ale. Let's see. We have a lovely blood ale this evening, or this afternoon. Would you like to have one of them?
Sounds excellent. How
It's
much?
salty and bitter, but I have a lot of good reviews on it. Just 4 copper piece.
Sounds good. I like salt. And I'm gonna hand the 4
like
copper
salt.
piece. I do like salt.
I like turtles.
She's gonna reach under the bar and pour it, hand it off to you.
Sarkos will lean up against the bar. My friend, do you have any wine?
Oh, of course I do. What's kind of wine do you prefer?
Your finest, of course.
My finest. Well,
Yes.
that would be our wolfberry wine. It's sweet and bitter, and it's very potent.
I love berry wine.
All right.
It's my favorite.
Great, that wine sounds delicious. Sweet and bitter.
Sweet berry wine.
It's 1 silver piece.
1 silver piece. And he flips it onto the bar.
So
She grabs it, pours you a glass, and hands it on over.
So, what's the latest word around Daggerford these days? Anything exciting going on? Or has it been quiet here?
Oh no, it's been all quiet here. What brings you to town?
Invitation from the Duchess.
Oh, the Duchess! Yes, she's a wonderful patron of ours. She stops in every now and again just to check in on things.
Oh, that's excellent. And I'm gonna start sipping my drink. Does the tavern look busy or anything? From like...
Yeah, it's like lunch rush hour kind of situation.
Okay. So, Circos, what do you think of this dinner? What do you think the Duchess has for us tonight?
I am not sure, but I don't know if we should be parading around that we have been invited by the Duchess.
Well, I haven't...
Perhaps subtlety is in order.
I mean, it can be, yeah. I didn't think a dinner was too suspicious, though. I imagine she hosts many of them.
Barry, can you remind me, did the guard say that everyone was invited to the dinner? Or just that it was more than just us invited?
It's an event, but you guys would know that Morwen's she kind of has been diplomatic over other leaders of Daggerford, so she invites like different people of the city to dinner when she has these big dinners. But like in that letter is a specific request of you, but there's like a dinner and then basically the specific request.
Well, I hope whatever she has is lucrative. I feel like we haven't been lining our pockets recently. Could use a little bit more coin.
Yes, if we could get a better paying job than we have in the past few years, make a windfall, it would be nice. I'm hoping that she is able to line our pockets.
Yes, it certainly would be. And I'm gonna continue to sip my drink here, waiting for the others to show up.
Yeah, then after like a certain amount of time, you guys are just at the bar, and Octavia and the brewer walk in. Yeah.
As I see them walk in, did you get the books that you wanted?
I don't know that they were necessarily the ones I wanted, but I got some new books. I've got something for Hagwitch stories, and hopefully it'll be helpful on the road, but I have the book of chili. So hopefully we'll be able to have some slightly more interesting meals.
Sounds good.
The little witch threw a book at me.
She threw a book at you.
I didn't throw it at him. I threw it to him because it was about purple rocks and he seemed interested.
She's weak, so it didn't hit me.
Book about the purple rocks. What kind of book about the purple rocks?
It was about food. I thought it was about like cooking on rocks, but it wasn't.
Wonder if there are any recipes that my mom used to make in there.
I would have flipped through some of it, so if there was like a table of contents or anything, I'd be able to recall it to let him know some of the things that were in there. What did your mom used to make?
A lot of oysters. Seaweed.
I mean,
It's like an all seafood book, so I'm sure oysters would be in it.
They had a seaweed wrapped oysters. I'm sure there were others, but that was the first one I saw because gross.
It sounds pretty similar.
Ooh, tasty.
Well, maybe I'll try to make it one of these nights, see if I can get some of that magic. That cooking magic.
As you guys are talking, Octavia, you're at the bar looking at Tarkin, and in the back is a window, and you see this seagull come fly and land directly at the window, and is just like kind of knocks on the window twice and just like tilts its head and just stares directly at Tarkin.
Tarkin, your friend is here.
It's fine. He's just wandering about. Better out there than in here. Some people probably want to enjoy a seagull in here.
Do we know the bartender? Like, have we seen Meg before?
I mean, there's a lot of taverns, so I'm gonna say no.
Excuse me, could I get some bread or maybe some soft vegetables, please?
Bread or soft vegetables?
Yep.
Well, don't really have too much of that on the menu right now. I have some wild boar, soaked in gravy.
No
You don't have
bread
teeth?
or biscuits?
Unfortunately, not right now. We had to throw out what we had. There was an accident in the kitchen. I have a very clumsy chef.
Oh,
It's
I'm not
me.
clumsy.
I'm.
I'm big-handed.
Don't mean to intrude, but I'll take some of that boar if you don't mind.
Sure. And she just shuffles back to the kitchen. Hey, you gotta keep your voice down.
I'm not clumsy. It was a mistake, an honest mistake. The boar's fine. Look at it.
Oh, yes, the boar's great, dear, but the vegetables and the bread we have.
I know. Lunch rush. Soft vegetables. Who eats them anyway?
That's right. Well, apparently that one out there, but okay. Well, let's just.
I
There.
want to feed the seagull.
She's gonna come back out with a plate with the boar, and it's just drenched. It's more like boar with like gravy soup on it. It's more gravy than boar, and she'll just hand it on over.
Slop it up.
Slop it up.
Lop it up. Pour the water.
Sloppy
on.
boar.
10 copper,
10 copper?
if you will.
I
15.
slide. Oh, 15. I slide forward the 15 copper.
Thank you, dear.
You better not be slopping those steaks.
I'm
I
gonna
used to be a
start to eat
piece
the
of
board.
shit. People can change.
Let him hold the baby. Could I just get a glass of water, please?
Sure. And she'll just run back to the kitchen and grab it real quick. She'll hand it on over. Oh, and if you need anything else, the name's Ellie, by the way.
Ellie. Oh, that's a lovely name.
Thanks. My parents gave it to me.
I don't know who gave me my name.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna eat my boar for a little bit. Pass some time.
Everyone passing time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save a little piece of the boar. Tuck it
So you
into my
guys spend a
pocket.
couple hours there, and you see a lot of people start scurrying out of the tavern. People are starting to get back to their jobs. Bells are ringing. I don't know if everyone else's audio is playing bells, but bells are ringing. People are getting back to their jobs right now. And it's like you spent like a couple hours just hanging out, eating, like discussing, like prior stuff. And you feel like it's a good time to like head over for dinner. Since it's an event, they usually have dinner at an earlier hour than some might be normally used to.
As I exit the tavern, I'm gonna go like and put my arm out, and the bird's gonna come flying down onto my arm and land on it. I'm gonna pull a little piece of boar that I saved out and kind of give it to it.
It's not soft vegetables.
It likes boar. And it's gonna eat the boar and then just take off. Shall we make our way for the keep?
I think we shall. I think it's
May as
best
well.
we get there on time. Is that bird just going to follow you everywhere from now on?
Seems it.
And you're choosing to let him follow you, or is
Yeah,
he choosing?
I feel a strange connection to him. He's been following us for a while now.
I understand that, but he's a dirty seabird.
He's not dirty.
He
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 washes
is a
himself
gull.
off.
He is a disgusting seabird. He is a rat.
He washes himself off in the ocean. He's clean. Maybe
Plenty
one
of
day-
things piss in the ocean, and you say it is clean.
Talking like you haven't had fish before.
It's a disgusting food.
Well, fair
It's
enough.
for poor people like your oysters.
That is true. That is very true. but when made well, they are good.
The guy from Maine talks about how disgusting poor people fish food is. As you walk up to the gates, the two guards greet you and go, "Welcome in, enjoy your time."
Thank you.
As they open up the big doors, you walk over, there's like basically a bunch of like servants and like guards as you walk up through like the gardens that you see bountiful of vegetation and flowers. As you walk through the door, you I lost my journal, hold on. You meet the Duchess as she greets you with open arms and has you take a seat, and you eat among a group of well-known people of the area. Some of them do like the tavern of the area. There's some pirate leaders among them. There are some shop leaders. There are the guard, and one of the other more important ones is Sir Estival is there. Someone you would know from Olimar, who is a part of the Purple Dragons, and he's been here serving Morwen for a long time. And then there is Grim Greenleaf, who is the sergeant of the city guard of Daggerford. So you guys eat. You dine on a hot, spicy soup and tenderly cooked pheasant, and you can tell that the Duchess seems sort of out of wits than she usually is. And then she calls you over as you guys are eating. So I'm gonna switch here. So we'll say that you're eating. I kind of have the map set up, but she calls you over to her throne basically, and these are like the people of Daggerford, and then you see Dwergrim and Sir Estival up top. I think this is. So you guys have
I wonder
movement.
which of these people may end up being important to us. Oh, never mind. It was Hannah's mouse. I thought one of them was Hannah, and it had her name
Hannah
under
just
them
jumps
when
out.
no one
Yo,
else
what's up?
did.
What's up, bitches? As we get the summons, I'm gonna turn to everyone else. Shall we go up?
I think that would be best if we are summoned. We do not wish to be rude.
I'm gonna start getting up.
I'll take a couple more like spoonfuls of my soup, and then probably carry. Are we like just coming from our table that's nearby, or like has it
Yeah,
been a
basically,
while?
let's just say like the table's right here. I spent like I remember talking to you about trying to
Yeah,
find
yeah.
a throne room for this situation, but
But I'm
basically,
gonna
you
have
guys
my
are
bowl
eating.
and spoon with me as I walk up.
But when you guys arrive to her, she's sitting on her throne. Like, she stopped eating pretty quickly. Like, she was eating with the guests. And then she walked over to her throne and sitting there. And she looks up at you guys. As she... Circums.
Yes.
Duchess?
You guys have done great things for me. But... there's something that's been troubling me for about a week or so now. There's a band of wayward travelers camped outside of the town's walls. They seemed harmless at first, but I've received reports about them harassing townsfolk and other visitors as they come and go. Were you harassed on your walk in?
No, I can't say that we were. We entered unimpeded.
I
They've
do
been
not
demanding-
recall.
They've been demanding money and wine, threatening to put hexes on people who don't pay up.
I immediately look at Circos at the mention of wine.
Yesterday I ordered several guards to scare them away, but they couldn't get the job done. when the guards returned, they spoke as if they were sympathetic of them, of their people. It was almost like they were charmed, like magically charmed. I've seen this craft before. Being a member of the Lord's Alliance, I know that what wizards can do, as she looks at Circos. Listen, I don't want armed conflict, and you have always been there to do the odd jobs for me. I aim to send a stern message to them and ask you to deliver it on my behalf. If they don't leave before dawn, I'll burn their wagons to the ground, though. I've always prided myself on being accepting, but this has gone too far.
I think it's a pretty fair exchange. They've been harassing people.
Yes, I don't believe you need this riffraff outside of the city, keeping travelers out. It's about how many of these wayward travelers are there?
I believe it's between 10 to 20. I know that they have one camp. They spread out during the day, and at night they huddle up.
Which of the town gates are they near?
If you go to the southern gate, they're down the road to the west. But during the day, they'll split up and they'll attack they'll ask for these things at both gates. They're sort of like riffraff. They don't act like they're going to harm you until they don't get what they want.
They fancy themselves highwaymen.
It seems. I have not seen them in person. It's only been my guard who has alarmed me to the situation, and it's gotten progressively worse. The fact that they did not speak to you when you've come during the day was surprising at most.
And did she mention what sort of things they're asking people for?
It was wine.
Oh.
It was wine and blah, blah, blah. Did you just say it, Trav?
No, I remembered
forgot.
hexes. They were
Money and wine. Yeah, money and wine. They're asking for things that are wine. Like, specifically wine is a weird thing to ask for, but like I said, they do not look from the area at all. They are dressed in something I have not seen before, even upon knowing my friend Circos here, and knowing from where he belongs. They are dressed in something I have not seen in Faerun before.
Well, I certainly think we can have a discussion with them before, well, hopefully as they're making camp tonight. We'll give them the offer of leaving. Otherwise, they'll have trouble in the morning. And then we can return to you with what results from that.
Please do, because if the night hits and their torches are still lit, it's been enough time for me to show my authority. As she says that, Sir Estival looks over and goes, "We will attack them steadfast with the tactics I've learned. They will have no chance, but I know my lady would like to see them leave." Rip Olimar. His friend was always here. I put him there for us.
Rip.
Alright, well, I think we'll be on our way now, possibly if everyone's done eating.
Would we be able to get some wine from you that we could use potentially as a form of payment to get them to leave?
I see why not. You can grab wine from any table. We have bountiful bottles here. I don't necessarily think that will make them leave, though, because they've gotten wine from numerous people in town and still have yet to leave. They're like a leech.
I will, before we leave, try and gather 10 to 20 bottles of wine.
How are you gonna carry 10 to 20 bottles of wine?
I'll try and get other people to carry some, and if not, if I can cork them, I'll just put them in bags or one of my many coat pockets that I got from one of Hannah's characters.
She'll walk up as she moves the position I set for her specifically, and falls into the stupid grid. And she'll look at Circos and Tarkin, who are up front, and Bruno's over by the stairs. And she'll grab both of your hands. I appreciate it. You've always come through for me, and I doubt that you will not come through again. Good luck, my friends.
Thank you, Duchess.
Thank you, Duchess. We are at your mercy as always.
She goes and sits back on her chair that she's not aligned with anymore. OCD.
I like to think she's coolly sitting like halfway.
She's sitting on the like when your mom tells you, well, my mom tells you not to sit on the arms of the couch. She's doing that with her throne.
Hell yeah.
She's a cool Duchess.
That bitch.
I'm the cool Duchess. I'm just gonna sit here and kick it with you.
All right. So as you leave, who's trying to grab wine with Octavia?
If Octavia's gonna hand me the bottle, I'll carry one bottle.
Yeah, Circos will let her scurry around and he will take one bottle.
I'm gonna say, Octavia, you yourself can hold max 10 bottles of wine.
Okay.
Just because of your coats.
Yep. That's fine. 12 bottles should be enough for what I'm hoping for. If no one else has anything to do while we're still in the keep, I have a plan.
What's your plan?
Okay, so I remember back in Candlekeep reading a book of war tactics and things like that. And so one of the things that one of the very old tribes, like long before most of the cities and towns that we know of existed, before battle, they would capture someone from a warring tribe and infect them with some sort of contagious illness, like a flu or something else. Not necessarily lethal, but enough to hinder or hamper them. And they would let that person sort of escape back to their tribe and infect everyone else. So that when they attacked the next morning, they would have a much better chance because they'd all be tired and weakened and everything else. Since we don't necessarily have one of their men, and they seem to want wine, I think if we can get Drew to help poison some of these bottles just a little, we can talk to them, ask them to leave. If they don't leave, we give them the wine, and then in the morning, we clean them up.
I mean, if you want to try poisoning some wine, I guess feel free. I mean, they could go willingly and then be very upset when the wine
that's why we don't give them the wine until they decline.
So just poison one of the bottles?
Oh no, we poison all of them. Or we can just poison half. Whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying we don't offer up the wine until they decide not to leave.
I mean, I will say our part to play in this isn't the whole fighting them off. We're here to deliver them an ultimatum. And should they not accept it, then it falls on... I forgot his name.
Sir Estevar with the purple dragons.
Yes. I mean, we can try it. I wouldn't recommend doing it with all the bottles. Maybe poison one bottle.
Well, they might not drink them all tonight. I've got 10 of these bottles here in my jacket. I'm pretty sure you can't even notice them when my jacket's closed.
Before we even get
You
to
can
this
probably
discussion as
notice
well,
them.
do we even have poison?
Yes, Brewer, do you have enough poison, or do you have any poison to afflict these 10 bottles of a
Just to make
proper
'em-
dosage?
Just to make them sick. We don't need or want to kill them, but
I'm sure he doesn't carry poison at all times. It takes time to brew these things.
In our years together, I've never once made poison.
He just makes drugs.
that's
So
fine.
we get them addicted to some sort of substance, and it's a long play. We come back in a few years, and they will be gone.
I think I read about something like that also happening to a certain
We start a pandemic.
race of people to try and keep them down in power and status.
Listen, I like the idea. It's a good idea. Perhaps something that we can use in the future. I don't think it's appropriate for now.
Brewer, what about the white stuff that you almost got me addicted to? It slowed me down, made me kind of foggy, couldn't really talk. Can we put some of that in the wine?
Soother.
I missed that.
Soother.
Yeah, Soother. Can we put some of that in?
What end?
To just make them sleepier, slow down, not as able to fight if necessary.
It should make one more calm, but not less able.
Maybe I was particularly susceptible to it because I was not able. I was very calm.
Sometimes the mind plays tricks.
Yes, sometimes people have weak minds and cannot overcome these drugs.
I'm choosing to ignore that.
Shit on that era on TV.
Would I have any idea of what sort of herbs Hemlick might have that would work as semi
You wouldn't have any poison herbs.
anything that would make someone sick, like whatever medieval ipecac is, or Plan B.
I'm gonna step in and say he's not gonna have any of that.
Okay.
Shove dirt in the bottles. I say we go and deliver our demands, maybe sweeten the deal for them leaving with these bottles of wine. If that's what you want to try, but I mean, ultimately, if they don't take the deal, they face the wrath in the morning, and that's not something that we have to deal with.
I think that is wise. I don't think we should go in as antagonistic and just go right for the jugular. We should see what they want. All that was sent to them before were just guards, and they are usually not the wisest anyways, not sound of mind, especially if they believe they are getting charmed.
Shall we be on our way?
Sure.
I think we shall.
As we're walking, do I hear the clanking of wine bottles?
Yeah, very loud.
Almost certainly.
So as you guys leave and you walk through the streets of Daggerford, you see the sun starting to set. Soon as you walk out of the streets and you look to your west, you start walking as the evening grows dark. And far in the distance, you see a dozen men and women gathered around a crackling bonfire. The folk are in good spirits. A few of them are singing and dancing around the fire, while others find happiness in their flasks and wineskins. 3 barrel-topped wagons are parked at odd angles. Tied to a nearby tree grazing are a half-dozen draft horses wearing bright collars and bangles and tassels.
As we approach, I would like to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay, just put it in, yeah, okay, you already did.
Oh, look at that dude.
So you walk up. Yeah, what are you guys doing? So they're all, like, laughing. Some of them are dancing. And you see, like, three stern people, like, and an elder up here. Everyone else is kind of just enjoying themselves.
Provided everyone's still following me, I'm gonna continue to walk up towards them. I'm not trying to be discreet or anything.
Yep. You can move your... I don't think it's paused or anything like that. Look at the lighting I did on this.
I know, it looks amazing.
So, were they doing dancing and playing music?
Yeah, so they're all dancing and playing music and clapping and stuff. I should have put music, but I didn't. But you see the elder look at you as you walk up and go, "Ah, visitors, how are you?"
Good, and how are you, Mr.
Stanimir.
Stanimir? Nice to meet you, Stanimir.
If you're gonna write it in your notes, it's Stanimir. Welcome to our beautiful camp. And have you come to partake in the enjoyment?
We're less here for pleasure, and more here to figure out why you're here.
We're just weary travelers having a good time. I can tell with the clanking of wine glasses that you're having a good time as well.
I start trying to stand as still as possible.
As he takes a jug,
hugging myself.
as he takes a big swig of wine from his wineskin.
Well, we've heard around town that you've been having a little too good of a time and that you've been harassing some people.
Harassing? Asking for donations, if anything. Don't worry, we have no wish to make enemies of Lady Morwen. But I have a story to tell all of you. First, you listen to this story, and we'll go.
Tonight?
Tonight.
I'm gonna turn to Circos. Seems like a fair enough deal to me.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I think that would be fair deal, fair trade.
The brewer's gonna take some cloth out of his
Octavia was about to do the same.
bag and wet it with some water, I guess, from the thing, and then tear it into small pieces and shove the cloth in his ears so he can't hear anything.
You're gonna put cloth in your ears so you can't hear anything.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be charmed. We know that they potentially charm people. I'm with him. I'm doing the same exact thing. Only not wetting them, because ew, gross.
Do you need wine? It doesn't seem like you need wine with all the the clanging of 20 wine bottles that you have already.
I'm all set with wine. She just likes to be well stocked.
I don't believe we need any wine, and he pulls the bottle out of his bag and uncorks it.
As a man of taste. Oh, take a seat around the campfire. Everyone, stop dancing. We got a story to tell.
Big burly man with a beard that kind of looks like Circo steps forward. If you don't want your wine, I'll take it. I always love to drink and listen to Stanimir tell his stories.
I reach in my bag and I pull out a bottle of wine, and I'm just gonna... Is he walking over?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna hand it. There you go.
Thank you! And he just takes a big hand and slaps it right in the middle of your back to just clap you. Like, thank you. Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome.
Nico, my cousin!
Oh. Circus! You
My
want to go
God! You want to go bowling?
So you see this like slender, like feminine-looking man behind. Go, Lungari, please, don't get too brash with them.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget my own strength. Are you okay? I'm sorry.
I'll live.
Yes, you will. A good, strong, long life.
Hopefully.
Take a seat. Are your friends not going to take a seat? The young woman and the one with the oculars.
Octavia, come on over.
Alyssa wanted to see everybody.
I have the best cosplay.
Hannah, show your ears.
Liz came by too because she needed to see your robe, Tom.
The robe.
Oh, John, I love. Oh my God.
Why is this dog here?
Looking for popcorn.
No, yeah, no. Take the dog, please. Alright, sorry.
Still good.
Before the tale is told, Circos is going to subtly cast Detect Magic.
Okay. What was the thing? Oh, okay.
The young one and the female and the one with the oculars. Are you not going to come and enjoy this tale? That was the deal, was it?
Oh yes, I can hear from here.
No, sit, enjoy.
I
there's
had a
nothing-
very large meal. I'm still digesting, so I am more than I am able to hear you quite well. You have a very lovely voice. It carries.
How about you? What's your name? And he looks at Tarkin.
My name is Tarkin.
Are you Tarkin? Would you like to sit? Your friend is fine. I don't understand. We're no issues.
Yeah, I was just gonna sit here, but I'll come into the
Take
fire.
a seat. Take a seat. Nice and warm. It's cold. Gets cold out here.
Warm yourself by the fire, dear friend.
Yes. All right.
And he like scoots up
Oh,
to this
shit,
like
the
stump.
pie.
You see Stanmere fill his mouth with wine, then he spits onto the fire. The flames turn from orange to green as they dance and sway. A dark shape appears in the bonfire's core.
We come from an ancient land, whose name is long forgotten. A land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads.
The dark shape in the fire takes form of a man being knocked from his horse, a spear piercing his side. Stanimir continues.
One night, a wounded soldier staggering into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he was, he wouldn't say. All he wanted was to return home. But we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back toward his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was a prince. Yet we didn't give him up, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves. Deep in the bonfire, you will see a dark figure standing with sword drawn, fighting. Off his host of shadowy... The italics fucked me up. God damn it. Deep in the bonfire, you see a dark figure standing with his sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. This man of royal blood fought to protect us as we protected him. We bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish, leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here. The figure in the dancing fire vanquishes its final foe, then disperses into a cloud of smoke and embers. Stanimir's face becomes a somber mask. A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain. We've traveled far and wide to find heroes such as yourselves, to end our dreadlord's curse, and put his troubled soul to rest. Our leader, Madame Eva, knows all. Will you return to Borovia with us and speak to her?
Do I know anything of Borovia?
So this is what you see when he's casting it. You do not know anything of Borovia.
I didn't think of it.
The detect magic, there is a source of magic, unidentifiable.
Source of magic from what? The flame?
Yep.
Her.
Basically, when he pours the wine into the flame, you sense magic. And then you literally see shapes appear in the fire.
The berry wine. Yep.
What is this Borovia you speak of? I've never heard of it.
It is a land between worlds where only some can get to, and some may leave. Once it was a thriving nation, and then our leader began taking.
Octavia is gonna pull the cloth out of her ears.
You said a curse has befallen your leader?
Yes.
Do you know what kind of curse this is?
Madame Eva would have the answers you seek.
And she's in this Borovia?
Yes.
And how do we reach this Borovia?
We would take you.
You hop aboard my carriage and I'll bring you there.
You look strong like ox, my friend.
Yes. Very strong. My horses are stronger.
At the mention of Borovia, or the first time that I hear it, do I know anything about Borovia?
Nope.
Oh, damn. What about the name of the woman he mentions?
Madame Eva? No.
And you'll be accompanying us, so if we go with you, you effectively would be leaving?
You would be in the company of Lengari and Zentori. I would be far in front of you, as I have to lead the carriage, but yes, I will be at the camp when you get there.
And what's
Most importantly, you would be leaving this town alone.
Yes, we have come to save our Lord, and we believe that the best way to do that is through companions like you. And he looks at Circos. You have a lot in common with us, it seems, and I feel very certain that you could get the job done.
Well, I hope we would be able to be of service, but I will have to check with my comrades here and verify that we are all on board.
Is there something in it for us to accompany you to this land? I'm not familiar with
Madame
this
Eva
Borovia.
will have those answers, but know that in our long lives, we have accompanied many treasures.
And where did you say that this Borovia was?
A land between worlds. Madame Eva would know more answers for you.
And she is in Borovia itself?
Yes.
Is there anything we can find out about Borovia before we get there? You said that
Madame Eva
not
would have those answers. I don't
Yes, but
have
she
those answers for
is
you.
in okay. Because it's fine.
It's a call to action, ma'am.
I'm gonna turn back towards the brewer. Brewer, have you any thought on this? I didn't see him put the earplugs in, so I don't know if you hear me. A gesture.
Just in there.
I did not see your friend there. Oh, hello, friend.
Perhaps we should discuss it over this way a little, so we can discuss more intimately.
Go, have your intimate conversation. We will be waiting here.
That works for me. We'll return in just a moment.
I will give Lungari a bottle of wine. Before leaving.
Lungari, please don't drink too much of that. You've had enough already.
Okay, so here's my concerns. I've never heard of this Borovia place. I'm pretty sure I heard him say that not everyone that goes there can get back, which is a little concerning. Anyone else concerned by that?
I don't think because you have just not read this in a book that this place does not exist, that they are not being truthful.
I'm not saying
Not everything
that it doesn't
exists
exist.
in a book.
I'm just saying, is no one concerned about the fact that not everyone that goes there can return?
I will admit there's a slight concern, but I think I'm more curious about it than I am concerned. I would like to... Never heard of this land. I would very much like to see what it's like.
I assume if we become champions of this realm, untold riches will be returned to us, and it is better than the status quo of... he pulls open one of his pockets and shows it empty. These jobs that we are forced to do at this point, having been chased across the countryside and kicked out of certain cities, we should take the jobs that are offered, and whether it is the best job, I think this is the most interesting job.
We also...
I mean, it would be nice not having to worry about Candlekeep being after me, even if they've been mostly absent these past months. I still can't get the feeling that I'm being watched. So, Barry, if you can still hear and speak, when he said a world between worlds, would Octavia know what he means by that?
No.
Okay.
They seem to have the ability to travel between worlds as well, so if they can bring us there, they can bring us back. Plus, we would fulfill the Duchess's wishes.
Fulfill the wishes.
Which, as always, being in her good grace, will be very beneficial for us.
Just
Izzy beer. Izzy beer.
So, because as Circos pointed out, our pockets are fairly empty. Was there a reward from the Duchess for getting these people to leave?
I don't know if I said it, but it was like double your normal rate, but your normal rate's like 100 gold, so it'd probably be like 200 gold. It's not like anything like no big. You're delivering like a summons
Enough
so
to
you're
make
like
it worth our trouble coming here.
Yeah, it's not like a huge thing.
But worth it enough to like go back to her to be like, yep, they're gonna be leaving. We're gonna make sure that they go away, just so we can get that extra money before we leave to destinations unknown.
Well, I don't think the Duchess will give us money until they're actually gone, would be my hunch. But, I mean, we can certainly try.
For the sake of time, Barry, will that lead to anything? Trying to go back and deal with all of that?
Fuck around, find out.
Yeah, I mean, it'll just deal with Hannah not being able to play longer.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
in reality, that's like the biggest thing. Everything else, I'm not gonna make choices for you guys.
Okay.
We can, when we return from these lands, we can return to the Duchess, and I'm sure she will hold up her end of the bargain.
Cut to 7 years later when we return. Hey, Duchess, you remember? Really, just me. Everyone else has kind of died. So, about those vagrants that you had us move.
I missed most of this.
Money, please.
I missed most of this, but the plan to get these people to leave is to go with them to a completely different plane of existence that we know nothing about.
Yes, but it's a good sense of adventure. I would like to learn about this land. And also, they have untold riches there, apparently, that are potential for us to acquire.
What would you do with
More
these
than you
riches?
fucking bozos ever got yet.
So, the other thing that seems strange
Penny pinchers
is
over here, level 1.
if they are looking for adventurers to help them, why are they hustling people for wine and charming guards? That seems counterproductive.
Well, they're probably charming the guards because they realize they're not capable of accomplishing this task. When you look at a group like us who are capable and able to do these jobs, I think it is a better impression than that of the guards of this city.
They're also strangers to this land. I imagine they don't have much to their name, so that's probably why they've been hounding people.
Yes, and of course, who wouldn't want wine in a strange land, locked up outside of the gates? You would want wine at all
I mean,
times.
for people that supposedly have untold riches, I would think that they would have been able to bring some, but
They lost their
if-
riches.
Well, they
you not
travel
listening?
light if they are. They look like gypsies, so perhaps you should be a little more accepting of the people of the world. Not everything is like Candlekeep.
I'm just saying that there are inconsistencies in their story, but if they are able to bring us to this Borovia place, that may give me the information and knowledge that I need to actually be accepted back into Candlekeep. So, I guess let's go for it.
I mean, it sounds like this. Their Barovia has fallen on hard times because of this curse, and if we are able to help them break this curse, this greatness will be restored again.
Brewer, to answer your question from earlier, I would use this money to acquire maybe some magical items, something along that sort, something to help me expand my repertoire of power. I imagine these lands may have some special herbs or something that may be useful to you, even.
Is this place, does it have untold riches, or is it on hard times?
It has untold riches, but it sounds like a curse has befallen the leader, forcing them to seek help.
They said untold riches.
Untold. In my experience, untold means unknown.
It's possible.
How can we be sure that this isn't a trap? This is something that I would do.
We can't fully, but I'll have to admit the prospect of going to a different world is very appealing to me.
I would just like to point out that since we got here, the brewer and I both plugged our ears, and so far, I think we have agreed on most of the points that each other have made, and that should terrify all of you.
What do you mean?
I don't know that we have ever seen eye to eye on anything. So it seems concerning.
Oh, Brewer and Octavia agreeing on something. Gotcha. Well, I think we should go. It's the easiest way to fulfill the Duchess's job, and on top of that, we get to explore New World. Certainly better than these petty jobs we've been doing around here. Helping release a curse from a ruler of a land seems pretty lucrative to me.
Excuse me, but it's almost dawn. Rather not be attacked? Have you made up your mind?
It's an elf and a burger.
Just trying to convince the more apprehensive.
Yeah, y'all done making a decision here or what?
Nope. Oh, what is that? I want some of whatever you're
Do you
eating.
have any way you can convince some of my compatriots that you are trustworthy and won't stab us in the back immediately?
The wolves get hungry at this time of night. Do you want to walk back to the city on your own? Or would you like a nice safe wagon?
What do we have to... forgive me for my lumbering friend, but what do we have to deceive you? Are you worried about us getting hexes on people? Because of people not worthy of the cause?
Us.
We see something in you.
Oh, I agree. I'm not the one you have to convince.
Yes, I believe our compatriots do not believe in themselves as much as myself and Tarkin believe in ourselves.
Madam
People
Eva
have,
will have all the answers, but we need the decision now.
I
What
know
will
I'm
it
a
be?
charming man, but I'm not one to throw a hex. And he's gonna take a huge swig of his wine.
And he kind of semi bows down and looks at you. What will it be?
If we go and hear out Madam Evil,
We can
Madame
take you
Eva.
to, if your
Madam
warriors are leaving the place, we can take you to and from we are allowed to leave.
okay. So once we hear what she has to say, if we don't like it, we're free to leave.
Yes.
Okay, then let's do it.
Brewer? Are you in?
I'll open my book, and I'm taking notes in my thing here. And you probably see flashes of it, Tarkin, and it's just you see words like unnecessary risk, probable death, and somehow the little witch is right.
Brewer, I have a question for you. What are you working on right now, and how much gold do you need to accomplish your goals?
I'm never in need of gold.
Yeah, my friend. Can always further what you need. It can always get you what you need. Maybe it is not necessarily gold, but
As you guys are talking, the tall, slender man walks up and goes...
Slenderman?
Slender Man, yeah. Snaps his finger and goes, "We must leave, let's go, before they rain arrows on us." And they, you see them start packing up all their tents and stuff, and walks over to
I'm gonna
smaller
say, and
car.
I'm coming with you, and I'm gonna run after them like Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah. Circos will follow, his robes fluttering.
Of course
Then
you
Tori
are!
will look over and be like, "You'll be riding with Lungari here. You've already met. He shall take care of you on this
yes.
voyage."
I'll
He
be
re-
my friend.
He reaches up and offers his hand to Lungari for help up.
Yes, come.
My brother, thank you.
Very welcome.
Yes!
Are we all
Just flexing. Yes!
are we all going with Lungari?
Yeah,
No, you can go in the other one.
No, basically, as you see people pouring in, you're seeing a lot of people going here. Stanmir goes over here with a couple of elder of some are commoner dressed, and some have more not necessarily armor, but like heavier cloth and maybe a little arm brace. And they're getting into the cart with him, and then Lungari is just empty and waiting for you guys.
I hop in. I dropped my dice.
As I step into the thing, I will take out another bottle of wine and I will prestidigitate it to make it taste like not the wine it looks like and give it to Lungari.
Oh, more drink for me? Oh, you are a friend too. And he rips the. Wait, did you take the cork out?
No.
Good. He takes the cork and just rips it out with his teeth and just takes a big swig. Oh, that is delicious. What is this one called? I don't know how to read.
It is called wine.
How to read?
Well, this wine is delicious. Thank you. Are we ready? Anyone over there? You coming? Looking at the brewer.
Kind of walk up slowly. None of this seems prudent or like these idiots are reckless, but this is reckless even for them. But it's
The poor man trying to make an owl.
Well, Gary's gonna step out of his cart
I'm
and
almost
just
done.
extend an arm.
I'm almost done with it.
He's just gonna
Please.
point.
I'm almost there.
Come, my friend. You seem a bit slower, but I can help you if you need. And he's just gonna put a hand on the back in
I had
between his shoulder blades.
Dorito wings today. I don't need Takis.
I cringe at being touched, and
I remember.
I have a little machine I make in my palm that you can't really see. That makes a horrible smell, like the worst gas you could ever like straight diarrhea.
Nice diarrhea, nice.
Ooh, oof. Oh, my friend. Did I scare you? I'm sorry. And he's just gonna take a step back.
Perfect.
Please take your time.
Once I get in the cart, I am going to sit down with my book and start writing.
I'll turn off my little machine.
Okay. So as you all
magical tinkering.
as you all sit down and get yourself situated, Lungari basically goes and gets the horse and ties it up, and you see like all of them are getting their horses and tying up, and before Staromir gets into the other cart, he reaches over and he waves his hand over the fire, and it extinguishes, and they all climb up and they start to travel. So basically, for you guys are traveling for several days of an uneventful travel, and then as you are traveling, you all see like it's like default woods. You guys are going on the trade way, which is south. So you guys start riding south, and like eventually like a mist carries around the wagon that like kind of doesn't seem like too uneventful for like a normal fog, but it starts to get thicker and thicker and thicker as you go, into eventually it overcomes everything you can see. So when you look outside of this caravan, you see Lungari basically just going like riding the horse basically forward, but there's just mist in front of him, and then through the back you just see a cloak of mist behind. And eventually Lungari stops, and when he stops, he just like leaps out. It's all you, Amanda.
I think you're muted.
Oh, there we go. I sure was. I didn't mean to move the cart. I was trying to find Lungari.
Oh yeah, he's up here.
He's somewhere. Oh. All right, my friends. We are here. Borovia.
As we were traveling, what knowledge of Borovia would I be able to get Lungari to tell me?
He would just divert to Madame Eva. He wouldn't say anything.
Son of a bitch. Well, that's less wine for him.
I'll just get it from my friend Tharkin or Circos.
Sorry, fresh out.
So as you guys step out, like the woods around you look similar to your own, but like darker, like the woods darker in general. There is like a slight howl every now and then. And that mist still sort of like hovers around you. It doesn't ever like specifically behind you. It's kind of super thick, and then within the trees it sort of just hangs. And as you step out of the cart, you hear like a creak underneath the cart.
A creak. I'm gonna kind of lean down and look underneath it.
Is one of the wheels squeaking again?
You make a
Hello?
reception check, Trev.
Hello.
7, 8.
Seven.
Where in the world were we when the fog started getting like really thick?
You eventually couldn't tell. Like, so you were taking the tavern, the travel tradeway, thank you. And it was light at first, but it just eventually got super thick, and then you lost control of where the fuck you were. Basically, it became so thick you couldn't see around you.
So with keen mind, I always know where true north is.
Yep.
I still am not able to track it.
North.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm gonna DM step in and be like, it's different. It's not.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
like you'll eventually maybe understand north here, but right now, because of that mist and what happened, you're kind of like in disarray more than you've been with that.
And Gary's gonna see Tarkin peek his head down and do the same, thinking that his wheel's messed up.
Did I see anything with that? Probably not.
You don't know.
Alright. Is my seagull here?
What are you doing down there? And he's gonna crawl underneath the wagon.
Sorry, I heard
And
a
you just see his legs disappear, or just slightly go out of view.
I heard
and
a
he just
squeak.
Starts to try to like wrangle something out from underneath the cart.
I heard a squeak. You might have a loose axle or something.
Oh, trust me, it's not a loose axle. Get down here. Help me with this one. It's feisty.
I'll crawl down there.
You see him just pull down a
Over here.
small elf.
Ooh, how small.
Small elf.
What are you doing under my wagon?
Lay down.
You found me? How'd you find me? I'm always hidden.
Well, not
Tell me
hidden well
anything.
enough.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Tarkin?
Nice to meet you.
I am Gary. What were you doing under my wagon?
Following you. What do you think I was doing under your wagon?
Do I know you? Have I seen you before? No. Why are you under my wagon?
No, but I've seen you. I've seen you a million times.
Oh, so you've been spying, eh?
That's what you want to call it?
That is what I want to call it. How many of you? Who brought her? Who brought her along?
Yeah, I know who brought me. This is what brought me. This is what brought me here.
Are you pointing at your head?
Do you have a tumor?
Not a tumor.
I've never seen this elf in my
You
life.
said you could eat my cookies.
I came here for answers. But all you say is, Madam Eva, Madam Eva. So you're not going to know the answers that I want, will you?
It's true, there's been a lot of Madam Eva. Speaking of which, is she around? Or we still got a little ways to go?
No, she's not here, but let's see who else is. And Gary's just gonna go underneath the cart, trying to see if there's any more elves hiding under there.
Barry, provided my bird made it through the mist as
Yep.
well, it's gonna just fly and land on top of the carriage. And its yellow eye is gonna look at the strange elf while its black eye looks at me.
So, it like when it flies over the carriage, it hits the moonlight through the fog, and you see a skeleton of the bird as it lands down
in moonlight, and it's just a skeleton of the bird,
Ooh.
as its eyes are just like moving in its skull.
What?
And with that, Zentori walks up. Oh, well, I see you made it. What's going on? Langari.
We acquired some extra baggage.
Extra baggage?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep looking at my seagull.
Zentori! Come here!
Strahd.
I had a strangler! Have you seen this one before?
No. They're not supposed to be brought.
I don't see any more elves hiding under here, just this one here.
He pulls out his, like, bejeweled longsword. Shing! And he raises it up. Who are you?
Who are
Little
you?
dove?
Little
Who am I?
dove.
Zentori.
My name is Alai, and I'm looking for answers.
Answers? Answers for what?
I have a lot of questions. I wouldn't want to bore you.
Bore me? I'm very, very persuasive. We are going to have to camp for tonight. I'm sorry, my friend, it's too late. We're going to have to camp before the gates, and then we can go further into Borovia tomorrow. But if you want you want some questions answered, I can possibly help you out.
Yeah, I know you can't answer anything. It's Madame Eva, apparently, who can answer everything.
How do
So
you
I have
know of
questions.
Madame Eva?
Because I've been listening. I've been watching. I've been following you for a while now.
I do not like that at all. Zentori. Oh, I already said my own name. Langari, please. Handle her tonight.
Yes.
I do not want to
Oh.
deal with her.
I would gladly keep an eye on this one that was wrapped around my axle.
Alright,
Unbelievable.
the rest of you, we have a camp up front. We are staying for the night, and we will leave
I
in the
think I'm
morning.
more than happy to stay with the other group for tonight. I think I can be an asset to you.
Sarkos will approach the elf and put his hand on her shoulder and say, "This one is with us. She likes to sneak around, and maybe you did not notice her. She has great prowess in sneaking, so you may not have noticed her when we approached earlier. But she should be able to sleep with us."
Yes,
Make a
yes.
persuasion check.
This man in the good robe and the flaunty jewelry is definitely my friend.
The peacock one? Why did you, not
You
speak
can
to this one
get help
earlier?
if someone wants to help. Sorry to.
I will.
Give me help! Help!
I will jump in as well. Yes, remember, Langari, you weren't even able to see the brewer over there, so I'm not surprised that you weren't able to see her. She's very sneaky, and
I think
she
you have
continued
bad
to stay
eyesight,
hidden.
my friend.
You said
Oh,
a
that is
small
true.
elf? Is she actually, like, small? For
Is
an
it
elf,
Dobby
or-
the house elf?
Yeah.
Not like
I'm 5'4", so I'm short.
Hey,
for
twinsies!
That's pretty.
Um,
Yeah, that's short.
you guys can decide if you want advantage on Circos or a separate roll. It's up to you.
I will do a separate roll. Would deception work instead of persuasion? Since
Yeah, I'll let deception roll.
Go ahead, try to deceive
There you
me.
go. Fine, fine. I do not like that you hid one under a cart. We do not need that kind of. I trust in you, you trust in me. I thought we had this relationship over wine.
I
Oh,
thought
yes.
maybe you had too much wine and you did not notice her. I thought it went without saying. I did not. When we
Langari,
approached,
that
say,
was your
look
cart."
at this man with the monocle on his face and the goggles and everything. I did not announce this brewer. I did not announce this elf. So what is the
Oh.
problem?
His name
I
is
like to
Brewer?
practice my sneak, okay?
His name is Brewer? I was going to call him Stinker!
you needed people that had the skills to be able to help your people and this place and your lord. And I think she has more than shown her abilities, because we've been traveling for days now, and not one of you noticed her. She was able to remain completely undetected. She was able to feed herself, take care of herself, and no one noticed. If that isn't all the proof that you need that she is not only one of us, but more than capable of helping in these tasks, I don't know what more you need.
Well-
Then Corey takes his blade and he sheathes it, and he says, "Well, I will admit, me and my buffoon brother did not see her."
Oh, I'm impressed. I mean, we had more than enough room in the cart for you, my dear. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
My name? My name's Alai.
A lie. A lie! That is what you did, you lied! Why didn't you just go with the wagon?
Wow, not
Here.
the first time I've heard that one before.
Here, let's just leave this be, and I pull out 2 more bottles of wine to give to Lungari.
Thank you. That always fixed the sour mood. All right.
Lungari, please don't drink too much. Let's walk forward to camp. Lungari, bring the horse in the cart. Everyone else follow me. We have a camp set up.
Come on,
How-
Roach.
How safe are these woods? Do we need to worry about being attacked or anything like that?
No, you are with us. You are fine.
I'm gonna.
No worries.
I like the horse just wandering.
It's like I don't know how to move the fucking horse.
Can we do a quick break, or should we wait a few minutes?
Well, it's clearly popcorn time, so.
Oh, you can do a break while I move all these people.
Alright.
Barry, I'm just gonna reach up to my bird and go like to try to get it to come to me.
Yeah, so when you get your bird to come to you, it leaves the moonlight and becomes its normal form.
I'm gonna touch it like on the head to see if it's like an illusion or anything.
When you touch it, it feels like the normal bird, like you've touched 1,000 times.
When I see that, I'll put my hand, making sure it's in the moonlight. Does the same thing happen to me?
Nope.
Interesting.
Does
and I'm
it
gonna.
happen to the horse?
The horse? No.
Yeah.
I mean, the horse doesn't necessarily get fully into moonlight because it's lower and, like, the moonlight was hitting over the tree. But, I mean...
I'm gonna put my arm up and let it fly wherever it wants to go.
Yep. So when it flies off, it like hits beams of the moonlight, and you see it like revert to that skeleton form, and then leave it, and then flies and just flies around. But you never see it go out of sight from the mist.
If I watch it as it's flying around, does it only turn into a skeleton when the whole body is in the moonlight? Is it just bits and pieces? Is this something that's never going to come up again, so it doesn't matter me paying any attention to it?
I mean, you can pay attention to it. When it hits the moonlight, it becomes skeleton as it hits the moonlight.
Okay.
And then, like, if it's fully in the moonlight, it is fully a skeleton.
Cheers for my fake scar sting on while I eat a cheeseburger.
What
I
kind of
didn't
cheeseburger
even
you got?
notice the scar, to be honest.
It's a cheeseburger with pepperoncini and onions because that's all we have.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Mhm.
Trying to move all these things while you.
Oh, I'm gonna quickly get a sweatshirt because I'm dying of heat.
White shirt, white shirt, white shirt. Embrace Tarkin. Become the Tarkin. He's not listening to me.
Be the Tarkin you want to see in the world.
I was so pissed because I was doing so well reading that campfire story, and then everything was in italics, and it fucked me up thinking that it was still dialogue for the character, and I was like, no, that's not his quote. He's not quoting that.
This all seems like a bad idea.
What, going into the game Curse of Strahd? Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's probably a bad idea to go here, but I mean, that's what adventure we took.
Yeah. I feel like we should do more investigating. I guess that's what I.
If it makes you feel better since you're, like, you're fucked, You can't leave. I mean, you can try. You would have ended up. I mean, it wouldn't be that different whatever you did.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have just been like a couple of days, and you would have kind of been in the same predicament. So. Let you mine at
question.
ease a little bit.
How do I move stuff as a group? So if I wanted to move the horse and the cart at the same time?
Like select, like
Asking
you're playing
for a
like
friend.
StarCraft. Like click down and like drag the box.
Yeah, but both of them at the same time? Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, like if you select a box, you can move two at the same time.
Guess what I found at Market Basket when I went grocery shopping yesterday?
Oh, I got you.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Whole sugar pumpkins, so I'm gonna bake them, carve them out into a pumpkin puree, and make pumpkin pie out of them.
Trust me when I say this, it's so much better than
I
the
know.
canned stuff.
That's what I hear. So I was like, earlier this
So
year, I was like,
worth
the
it.
second that I see sugar pumpkins in stock somewhere, I'm buying them. I'm making pumpkin pie. And when I was at
You can
Market
usually get,
Basket,
like-
I was like, oh my god, there they are.
Yeah, you can usually get like 2 pies out of one little pumpkin.
Oh, really? I didn't know what the conversion rate was, so I bought 3.
You got 6 pies, dude. Enjoy.
I'll take a pie.
I'll take one too.
I need
Nail it.
God.
Thanks.
Do they have pumpkins in Arizona, Hannah?
They melt. They melt.
What do you think we are?
You don't have blueberries?
Dude, if you carve them, they rot that same day.
You don't have down east, you motherfucker.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to check Bert's Instagram. NBA players were informed unvaccinated players who breach quarantine in Toronto face criminal offense.
Nice.
Dude, they're not messing around.
Why don't they just get another job?
Kyrie might. I was just about to look something up. Oh yeah, Bert's.
Man,
Nope, nothing yet. Has anyone had the cider donut down east?
no.
Mikey said it was really good.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
Bert's.
Still haven't found those apple
Toast.
cider Oreos, which is really upsetting to me.
They're so
I
good.
haven't looked.
I
Yeah, I haven't found those.
literally have never seen them.
I'm gonna ship them to you, Amanda.
Thank you.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
please.
It's an
They might be all
Arizona
broken,
special.
but they'll
It's an Arizona specialty.
Oh, look at me standing here all by myself. This is fun. I like
Little
this.
loner.
Why are you by yourself?
I don't even know where you are. Oh,
Oh,
wait.
Sam.
She's like,
How'd
I
you
like
not?
this dog.
How'd
It's
you
good for
not
me.
get over here?
I don't know.
How did Lungari not drag you? Just-
I'm not gonna lie, I did not
Here.
expect to find you under the wagon. I thought you were gonna be with
Worry about it.
fucking.
Yeah, me and Hannah, like, I was like, do you want to just be in that year? Because it kind of takes away from you talking to anyone about anything. Like, it's
Yeah.
probably better that you, like, find a way another way. I like how, like, technically she was under that wagon for, like 2 to 3 days. Just, like, not eating.
Just munching. Couple berries in her pocket.
She had some lembas bread.
She's
Lean
kind of like
over
a...
beneath the tips of
what
the
are
grass.
magic- Oh my god, this motherfucker's popcorn
grazing.
is so big.
The biggest popcorn ball you can find.
It's all an illusion.
Dude, how is your popcorn bigger than, like, what you get at the movie theater? It was very
I
nice.
think it's just a little bowl.
No, it's a big bowl.
Oh, question: how much do you drop on the travel from the kitchen to back to your seat?
None.
That's
Catch
impressive.
He's an expert.
He eats it with
think-
his tongue.
Oh,
That's
I think
the-
maybe like
that's
3 when I pour it into the bowl from the bag. Maybe like 3 will fall onto the counter, and I'll eat all of those while the dog stares at me and whimpers and cries. And I say, "Fuck you, you're a dog." And then I walk upstairs, dropping none of it, and he continues to cry as I walk upstairs.
You're a dog.
See,
Fuck you, you're a dog.
I would feel bad about it, and that's why my dog's like 90 pounds.
No, I have no sympathy for the dog.
What is that? That looks good, whatever it is.
It's
What
What
not
is that, spaghetti?
No, it's fucking
Spaghetti.
yaki udon.
Oh,
What
yeah,
the
udon.
fuck?
Brad, look up the place Clever Koi, because we're gonna go get ramen there. Somebody
Very
suggested it
good.
to me.
So before, just so we just have his ultimate time, before Maddie gets back, so you guys are sitting around a fire basically right now.
CAMPFIR, you can't
So
buy
any
your song.
question, anything you want to ask as you sit around the fire. And something you do notice is that the mist is like closer to you now. It's like over in this area now.
And the Borovians are with us, right?
I found these at Walmart for $5.
Yeah, they're all like you're all like surrounded like the fire. There's a couple behind Zentori. It's
So
basically
good.
how it's set up right now in
My
Foundry.
cheeks are too fat for them now.
I'm gonna look at the two Barovians. So, what's up with the moonlight here? Is there something special about it?
Special? No. Normal moonlight. Always. Even when day is, it's always dusk. It seems.
Interesting.
Is
And
it
that is
not-
the way it has always been. It is not because of the curse.
What
I mean,
curse?
it's been that
the
way.
curse that has befallen you.
Nobody tells me anything.
It's always been since I've been alive.
How long has this curse been affecting you guys?
Longer than my lifetime. Madame Eva would know the rest.
Can
How long is your lifetime?
yeah, I was gonna say, can we? They look human, right?
Very longer than yours, I'd imagined.
Well, I mean, I'm very young, so that's not at all surprising.
All of yours may be combined.
You're older than all of us combined?
Possibly. I don't know. I don't count the years.
I'm only 22, so.
Oh, just
Very-
a baby.
Yeah. Grand scheme of things.
Do you still wear diapers?
No diapers.
That is good. I think your stinker friend over there might wear diapers. He might have a soiled one.
I've got to be honest with you. Now that you're here, we've brought some of you before.
What?
Adventurers.
Oh, okay. Not like some of the people here before and we don't remember.
No.
Okay, whew.
People of your type.
You really
go well
that,
for them?
that would have done a number on me.
Many have failed to do the job.
How many other groups of adventurers have you?
That is a
Right.
number too high for me to speak of in my lifetime.
I cannot count that high.
Well,
Death? Cowardice? Mix?
I could not tell you. Madame Eva would speak to them, and they'd be on their way.
okay. So you don't seem to have many answers at all. From when we wake up and start leaving tomorrow, how long will it be before we get to Madame Eva?
Not long. 5, 7
5.
days.
5.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So we have 5 more days of no real answers whatsoever?
No, but you have 5 more days of our enjoyment.
Yes, and drinking wine and having a good time around campfires.
I think we may
As
run out of wine.
Zentori
before
like
that.
leans back and he's like touching his big hoopy. He has gigantic hoopy rings as he like fiddles with them. The one that does not speak, the one that does not show herself, not much to say, huh? You had so many questions earlier.
Yeah, none that you can't tell me. According to you, Madame Eva has all the answers, so why even waste a breath?
She is a very wise woman. She is like a mother to us.
There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of people talking to me, so if you wouldn't mind, I'm just gonna sit here and listen to them.
So
No one has said anything to you, but
Who is talking to you? I have not said anything. Has anybody else said anything?
Does anybody want a peanut?
Anybody want a peanut?
So you have lived here your entire life, correct?
Yes, I got to and fro.
Okay.
I am allowed to
Um,
leave when I want.
And Madam Eva is the one who can answer questions about the curse and what's going on and things like that, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Very wise.
So, how about some things that hopefully you can answer because you presumably have traveled here and have eyes and a memory of some sort. What? How does this area differ from our world?
There's a
I
lot more fog here.
Well, yes, I can see that. Are the creatures different?
You shouldn't have given him 2 bottles of wine. You're going to regret that.
Well, he is a large man. I thought he would be able to hold his
He
alcohol
had
better.
about 10 to 15 bottles of wine before you gave him any one.
Yeah, we were having a great time.
To be honest, your world is much brighter.
Well, yeah,
than ours.
I can see that. How about the things that I can't currently see for myself right now with where we are, like the creatures? Do you use the same money that we do? Is all of our money useless
Your
here?
money will be fine here. Let me see. Let me see what money you have.
It's the same money that you were harassing people for.
Exactly.
Outside the city.
It's why would I want to take money if I couldn't use it? That would be silly of me.
Yes, I suppose that's so. So what about the creatures? Are they the same? Will I see squirrels, rabbits, wolves? I saw that the seagull that accompanies my friend here it looked like a skeleton in the moonlight. Is that a common occurrence?
You're in a world between worlds, madame.
We have wolves.
We are cursed. I don't know what you expect from this area.
Well,
As-
you know,
Madame
information.
Eva will know more.
Do you
As
have a
you guys-
book? Do you have a book to maybe describe everything in this world to her?
No, I don't
What
have
is
a
a-
book.
Oh,
Why
what-
would I have a book?
It is useless. Don't tell her anything. It does not matter. She's
I
going to
already
ask
told
questions
you.
until the sun comes up.
I do not know how to
I've
read.
been
Why would I
watching
have a
you.
book?
I've been watching you there in the red. You've been drinking this foul wine.
Sweet berry wine.
Here is the good stuff, and he pulls his coat open and has like a what is it called? The wine thing? What is it called?
A
Wineskin.
decanter?
Wine rack.
Water skin?
He throws it at you.
As
If
everyone's talking,
you catch it, he just says, "Drink that. I feel like you're someone who likes wine. Mwah. Better than anything you taste in your realm.
He'll have some of it.
It's the best wine you've ever tasted. It's like exquisite.
Mwah, this is beautiful. This is delicious. Mwah, mwah. Ancient,
everybody-
some might say.
as everybody's talking, Alai takes off her cloak. What? I can't rip my ears off. And she lays it out on the ground and sits on top of it. And she takes out this little, she's fumbling over in a pouch on her waist, and she takes out this little black book, and she opens it up in front of her. And then she reaches in the pouch and she pulls out a pen, and she just lays the pen on the book, and lays the book right in front of her. And she crosses her legs, and she closes her eyes. And as she closes her eyes, this little pen flicks up and just starts writing in the book. And as it's writing, she opens one eye. What do you go by again? What do they call you around here?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Me. We are the Vistani.
That's Donnie. Nice to put a name to the face. Thank you. And I close my eye, and it continues to write.
I almost immediately sit down next to / across from her and start watching all of it. Incredibly interested.
How close are you?
as close as I can get before you start to look at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Are you
And
in
then-
arm's reach?
I'm close enough that if we both reached out our arms, we'd be able to touch, but I wouldn't be close enough that like I could reach out and touch you.
Okay. Open one eye. Don't you dare come closer. And I close it
Fine.
again.
Octavia, stop bothering our friend.
I haven't said anything. I am just watching.
So this
Inventory. Yep, go ahead.
this Borovia, is it all forced? Is there a city? Is Borovia City itself?
There are towns in what you would call a city, yes.
All right.
Wallachia.
So it's like the Sword Coast, just foggy. Kind of. Settlements, forests.
It is a place of living, yes. Madam Eva will know more. Explain more to you. I am going to hit the hay. I am very tired, but there are tents. There are tents like 1, 2, 3 behind you, underneath like the trees. There are tents we built for you right there. I'm gonna sleep in the caravan. Lungari, it's best that you sleep in the other one.
But Lungari is foggy. And he's gonna go over to this horse that's laying down and just lean up against it and just conk out.
I really wish you wouldn't have given him more wine. He did not need it. You, Zirkos, you can have that wine. That is
Thank
for
you,
you.
my friend.
Good night.
I appreciate your gift.
No problem. You look like you enjoyed good wine, and you're in a place where it is plentiful. So as he like snaps his fingers, you see all these like Vistani like just go into here and like start to like get ready for bed. As you guys get into your tents, and he just looks over and he like kicks Lingari, and he doesn't wake up. Ugh. You brute! And he walks in.
He's sandbagging.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go get up. Oh, it's paused. I'm gonna go down to the tent, like down here.
Yep.
And as I do, my bird is gonna fly into the tent as well.
You can tell in the tent there's 2 cots each, basically. So you 2, 4, 6. Well, 2, 4, and then 1 would have a tent of their own. I counted myself.
I get up, I open my eyes, and I pick up the feather, and I tuck it, and I close the book, and I put the cape on, and I walk into the tent where Travis goes.
On your way to the tent, Circos will put up his hand and say, "You, my friend, we have vouched for you. What is your story? What is this? This scar? Is this makeup? What is this on your face?"
Well, I can't thank you enough for helping me get to my destination. I see that we have a good long travel. I have a lot to talk about, a lot in my head, so maybe we'll talk to it on the road, but this elf is tired, so I think it's time to pack it up for the night.
Well, it seems you are stuck with us for the time being, so get some rest.
You too?
Well, I was watching you, Hannah. What sort of things would I have seen written in the book?
You're not getting too close. It's you can't read the language, so you wouldn't be able to know what it is.
Even with comprehend language? Like, is this something that's meant to be like completely indecipherable, or is it in a
Comprehend
language?
languages would have been done way, way, way longer.
Oh, but I meant like I would have cast it again if I saw some writing that I didn't understand to see if it would be legible.
It's up to you, Hannah. If you don't want them to know, that's fine.
Yeah, it would only be in like something written to like that I would understand that no one else would.
Okay,
Is it-
so almost like a thieves' cant kind of thing, where it's
Basically.
like even if I recognize individual words and stuff like that, it's not comprehensible.
Right.
Okay. Roughly how much was written? Like paragraphs, pages?
Pages. Like it would literally like it's a small book. It's a small black book. So it would just write and then like the page would flip on its own and it would continue to go. And then it would like stop and then continue.
Once she packs up and leave, I will immediately start writing down what I remembered, so that I could work on seeing if I can translate it or make any sense of it over time. And then I will head to one of the tents.
Brewer's
Yep.
gonna walk into the tent that's meant for one person.
Yay!
Surprise.
Circos and Octavia tent.
Yep.
Figured I'd snag it before anybody else could.
All right, is everyone good?
Circos, could I try a sip of that wine?
No, it was not offered to you. If the Borovians wanted you to have it, they would have offered it.
I
I
just
do not
wanted
want to be unkind to these people.
I just wanted to see if I could replicate it. I don't need much.
I would rather the brewer try to replicate it than you. What are you going to do?
Fine. You will never know.
As a lie comes into my tent, there's going to be a seagull looking at her with a yellow eye, and then it's going to turn its head around and the black eye is going to stare right at her.
I'm going to reach in my pocket and I'm going to grab out a cracker and I'm going to hold it up to the seagull
The seagull will eat it.
and I want to pet its head.
He lets it happen. I don't know if seagulls purr. Do seagulls purr? It'll do whatever the seagull equivalent of a purr is.
Chirp.
Chirp, yeah. I own a bird. I'm not allowed to get one.
So after I feed the cracker and I pet the seagull on the head, I walk in and I sit on the cot directly across from Tarkin and I put my hand out. Alai, nice to meet you.
Tarkin, a pleasure, and I'll shake her hand. You following us, or are you following the Borovians?
Following the Borovians, I hoped that he would be a distraction, but you know, it serves that you didn't, but it's okay. It's okay. I would have had to show my face one way or another.
Well, glad that Circos and Octavia vouched for you, because I was very much distracted.
Distracted? By what?
My bird was a skeleton for some reason, and I haven't seen that before.
A skeleton. You know, I came in here because I sensed darkness in you, Tarkin.
What kind of darkness?
More like darken.
Just
Wow,
dark.
racist.
I haven't figured it out yet. I just hear things and, you know, they tell me that you're a dark soul.
Maybe.
Is something haunting you?
Nothing's haunting me now.
We'll see about that, I guess. Huh?
Certainly. My own person.
Well, I hope you get some good sleep. We have a long 5 days ahead of us.
Well, you as well. Hopefully this woman can give us some more answers.
I sure hope so. I have a lot of questions.
Are you from these parts?
No, I have no idea where I am, to be honest
Okay.
with you. I've been on my own for the past 50 years? Since I was a child. I'm now 110, you see. So it's been a very long time.
Way before my time. Where do you come from?
Where do you
I
go?
don't know anymore. My brain is so foggy, I just can't remember.
Well, it seems you're one with this land then, if you're foggy.
I guess so. Good joke.
Thank you.
I guess you're funny too.
On occasion.
I'll remember that if I need a good laugh. And as he's talking, I lean myself up and I grab another book out of my pouch. I'm just reading it, just chuckling to myself.
Tarkin's gonna lay down and go to bed, and as he does, the bird's gonna just like perch itself on my bag in the corner and just watch over the tent.
Watch bird.
Watch bird.
I think it's funny how you have a bird all of a sudden.
Hey, I posted where the bird came from.
Hmm.
It was in the
Good.
RP channel.
Oh,
It's been following us for the past year, basically.
okay.
Hannah, for your little black book, how far into the book were you starting writing tonight? Like, were you starting at the very beginning, halfway through?
As you look at the book and the pages turn, it doesn't seem to be getting any thicker on one side or any thinner on one. It just kind of seems like it's always in the middle.
Man, I'm so curious.
Those goggles, man.
Amanda
How well
needs to
can
put
you
on
see
hers
through
now.
those?
It's a little wobbly, like I'm underwater, but it's perfectly clear.
All right, anyone else?
And then same thing, as I go to bed, I put the small book out, I put the pen on top, and I close my eyes, and then halfway through the night, the pen picks up and starts jotting notes.
Anyone else?
The brewer's in the tent by himself.
Looking
Yeah.
like that.
Night goggles. I'm working on my night goggles. So I'm working on basically the synopsis here that the brewer does not feel comfortable, does not think this is a good idea, thinks y'all are idiots, but also thinks that we've been together for 2 years and we haven't died yet, and a lot of that probably has to do with me. This is what he's thinking. But he's thinking
So
that
modest.
this has to be I mean, our first fight was close.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Um, and effectively is actively studying and all of the elements and shit going on around here and trying to think up new ways to develop his tools and machinery. And is devoting himself to. He looks grumpy and mad all the time anyway, but is particularly heads down and inattentive because he senses a lot of danger. Can you see Barry?
yes, sometimes. I can't make out that it's Barry. Oh, there's me, only because I can recognize the green background.
Anyone else?
I will, once I finish copying down a couple of pages worth of Eli's book, I'll just start looking over it, seeing what sense I can make of it.
There goes.
Bleep.
All right. So you all wake up, and to your avail, it's not to bright light, it's not to beautiful sunrises, it's to another dusk day. But you feel like you've slept, and there's complete silence around you.
With keen mind, can I tell how much time has passed?
You can tell that 8 hours has passed.
All right, Barry. It's dusk. You said.
Still feels like dusk, yeah.
Has it always felt like that since we've been here?
From in your tent, it almost feels like it's sort of the same, just not as dark. Feels like what a rainy day would feel like. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know how on a rainy day it's like supremely like overcast, and like you just feel like it's like night already, and you get like that 5-6 o'clock feeling. That's how it feels right now when you wake up.
Just live in Seattle right now.
Yeah.
Pac Northwest. Let's go.
What are you guys doing?
Is the pen still going when I wake up?
No, I'm no longer sleeping. I'm reading another book.
Okay. I'm gonna wake up,
Ooh, other books.
look at you. Good morning.
Better become my friend.
Good morning.
Did you sleep last night?
Of course I slept last night. I went to sleep right away. I only woke up a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I like to start my day with a good read.
I certainly don't. Well, I'm gonna head out, and I'm gonna start standing up and gathering up my stuff, and as I do, the bird flies out of the tent.
As you walk out of the tent, you see that everyone else is gone.
I pack up all my stuff in my pouch, tie it up to my waist, and then put my cloak back on and head out behind Tarkin.
I'm gonna, as I walk out, I'm just looking around. Do I see any tire tracks or anything?
Yeah, passive perception, you see like tracks that move forward, basically, and left.
Did they leave any materials behind, or did it look like they cleaned up totally and then left?
Cleaned up totally, and I'm guessing you're popping out of your tent. When you pop out of your tent, you notice that like the campfire is like completely just not, it's just vacant of any light, and there's nothing around other than the tents you were in. Can everyone make a insight check?
Oh, my dice. I have to fix my dice.
Hannah, you too.
I did.
She rolled 12.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, perfect. You all notice that you're light on coin. You all lost 20 gold.
Motherfucker.
Dick.
I knew I should have slept outside.
I'm gonna look up at my bird in the tree
You said 20
and
gold?
just go like this.
I got 5 gold, baby.
Well, your bird's in the tree. It's in a skeleton form.
Just gonna lift my arms at it like, what the fuck?
Can I go back into my tent and see if there's anything strange about my tent versus the other one? Can I examine the tents?
Yeah, you look over the tents and nothing strange about them. They're just normal tents.
I will also make sure that the rest of my stuff is untouched.
You spend time going through all your belongings and see that everything else is there.
Did they take my wine?
Nope, your wine's just sitting there. They have better wine.
Well, shit.
Well, what a wonderful way to welcome the people that they're hoping will help them.
And you notice that there is like that dense fog is like literally right here around these tree bend. It's like almost like a wall.
Well, looks like we're journeying on foot from here.
I will pick up a small stone or stick and cast light on it and just kind of throw it across the way to see if the fog is actually obscuring light or anything.
It goes in, and I mean, if you throw it, it's probably like in here, and you can see the light through the fog.
I'm gonna walk
I'll snuff it.
Oh, it's paused. I'm gonna walk to here.
You can go ahead.
Thank you. And I'm just going to look at the giant, like, stone door and the statue standing in front of it.
So,
Do people want to continue after what's just happened?
I mean, I'm not sure we can get through that mist unless you want to push through it. Keep dropping my dice.
That's fair.
what happened?
I dropped my dice.
What did you say, Maddie?
I was just thinking out loud. Do we really want to continue on after what's just happened?
I will say that as you guys stand there, you feel like the wall of fog is slowly inching towards you. Everyone can kind of like notice that.
Almost pushing us forward, if you will.
Hannah, you're looking at those gates, right? Okay. Two sets of gates exist. Like two big doors. The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses, looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you with only silence. So I got two pictures. So this is the picture that you guys can have of the gates.
Oh,
Oh, damn. Okay.
So you guys are like over in like the trees to the west of it, right next to like the head that's fallen.
Is it as bright as it looks in this photo?
No, it more looks like this in this photo.
Gotcha.
looks like what? Oh,
What's the temperature feel like? Does it, or rather, does it feel like, does the fog feel normally occurring? Like, is it kind of cool, kind of misty? Or
Yeah,
does
it's
it
like
feel
cool. It's
more
like a cool
supernatural?
rainy day, but right now it's like not necessarily raining yet.
Is the gate unlocked?
You see that one door is ajar.
I'm gonna walk up to the ajar door and I'm just gonna run my fingers down the pole of it, whatever.
Hmm.
Well, they're telling us to move forward, so I think we should press on. If you don't
Yeah,
want to I'll go by myself.
when you grab onto the bars and roll your hands down to it, like the dew that's on it, like it's like that cold dew, like that's on like
Guys, I'm not
grass.
doing like this to it. I'm just touching
Oh,
it.
well, even when you touch it,
No,
it's fully clanged with dew. So like you're pushing it down, like it's like cold.
Yeah.
it was already wet.
Quit.
I will do a couple of tests with the fog. Like, if I wave something back and forth, does it move the fog? If I blow at it, does the fog move or clear at all?
Moves like normal fog.
And
When
then
I
just
look-
kind
I
of
look
immediately
back-
fills back in.
And I see Octavia
Yeah,
going like this.
It behaves like fog.
Not erratic waving. It's
You know,
scientific
I don't
waving.
know. Have you ever seen fog before?
I have, but not this thick, not this constant, and
Well,
not. It
I think that
feels
we have
almost
more to
sentient.
worry about ahead than the fog from behind us. Are you
Well.
guys coming with me or not?
I'm behind you.
Yes, we will come
I'm
be
ready.
with you. Don't worry about this one. She lives a sheltered life.
All I am
Good to
doing
know. I'll make note of it.
is getting additional information.
We did not read the book about fog, and it shows.
As you stand in front of the fog, it inches towards you.
Now, are you guys ready, or are you going to let that fog swallow you whole?
I'm ready.
and I walk through the gates.
I follow.
Urkos follows.
Yep, I will follow as well.
Brewer, are you going?
Yeah, reluctantly. Sorry, cat was kissing him.
So as you guys go through the gates, it shuts and clangs.
Oh, that's almost certainly a wonderful sign.
Can I tell if there was like a machine or something that made it shut?
You can tell there's no machine. And the fog leaks through the gates and still is slowly following you. As you walk down the... Yep, go ahead.
I was just gonna
No, go
say, we should seek out this woman, maybe find those individuals who brought us here and get our gold back.
Well, they said it was 5 or 7 days until we get to her, so we've got a ways to go.
Well, we're no strangers to travel. In character.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Alright, so it's one road that you see in front of you. Towering trees whose tops are lost in heavy gray mist block out all but death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. So as you guys are traveling down this road, about most of the day goes by. You constantly feel like you're being watched, and that fog is always omnipresent on your heels.
So it's clearer in front of us, but like much thicker behind us.
Yep. And then on like the sides you can see trees, but you can't see too far, you see that fog. As you walk later in the evening, you catch the scent of death on the air. A smell.
Smell that? It's a kind of smelly smell.
My God, there are like red eyes or red things in
Yeah,
this painting.
I was wondering what those were and what the things hanging from the trees are.
Look like they're just
I like
lights.
that.
You don't know.
Can I tell what direction the smell's coming from?
It's coming like to your west. Doesn't feel like far, it's very strong. Off the trail a little bit.
As we're walking, I like reach over and I like delicately touch a tree and I close my eyes. Are we getting closer? Tell me. Are we getting closer?
I mean,
You don't know.
presumably.
I don't think we should really leave the road.
It's strong. The smell fills your nostrils.
If we leave it, we may never find it again.
We leave what?
The road.
Who's leaving the road?
Do you not smell that? It smells like it's coming off in the woods over there.
I smell it. You just have to keep pressing on.
Yeah,
Nothing about this place seems right. Don't question it.
that's what I was advising, that we continue on down the road and ignore this smell.
I didn't say anything about the smell.
Well, just thinking out loud then.
Guess
I mean,
you
you
are.
did say that it was a smelly smell, so.
That was sorry.
It is a smelly smell. It smells very, very
Oh,
close from the road.
Wait, if you don't know SpongeBob, then get here.
It doesn't.
I-
It doesn't seem like you would have to. The smell is strong enough to seem that you wouldn't have to like leave the road's vision to find.
I was going to pick up a rock or something else small, cast light on it, and throw it in the direction of the smell.
Yeah, I mean, you would throw it and maybe it would bounce and like walk into the mist, but you would get like a keen. Like the smell is strong. Like you can smell. It's a
But the
sense
light,
of death, but it's strong and it's close and
but the
your
light
vision
doesn't
feels-
illuminate anything new that we couldn't see before?
I would say okay. Before it hits the fog, where it bounces off of, would be like half of a mound of dirt.
Okay.
That's
The
alleviated differently than the rest of the ground.
the light bounces off the fog, or like the actual rock bounces off the fog?
So you'd throw the rock with light on it, right?
Yep.
And it bounces off something and then goes into the fog, and you can kind of see the light through the fog. But what it bounces off of is like a mound of dirt that looks separate from the rest of the ground.
Well,
And it's
looks like-
within like 10 to 15 yards off of the road. Like you could see the road from where
Yep.
the mound is.
So it looks
Yeah.
like there's a fresh mound of dirt over there. Oh boy, that is something. It looks like there might be some loose earth over there. So the smell could be some sort of body or something else buried. Does the dirt look fresh, or is it just a
Yeah,
mound?
it doesn't look. It looks fresher. Yeah.
I would imagine from this place and the smell that there's more than one dead body. Congrats.
The brewer walks toward the smell, sort of, like slowly and cautiously, and like looking around, but is interested to know what the horrible smell is.
Okay.
See? Another one that's not afraid of a body or two.
So as you leave the road, the foul scent leads you to a human corpse, half buried in the underbrush, about 15 feet from the road. The young man appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body,
Cool.
which is surrounded by paw prints. The man had obviously been dead for several days. He holds a crumpled up envelope in one hand.
Go away.
And he smells a little bad because he's rotting.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's still pretty much intact, flesh-wise, other than like crows that have attacked him a little bit. But
I'm gonna take my knife and a small vial, and I'm gonna carve out a piece of his flesh that looks like it's been chewed on, or like not chewed on. Like you said claw marks, so like clawed at, just to see if I don't know. I'll like test it later to see if there's whatever, and then also a piece of his clothing and cloth, to see if there's like any other blood on it other than his. Is there any like festering or maggots or disease or gangrene of any kind?
I would say that it's too early for that to take on. His skin's pretty much intact. It's almost like the game didn't finish what they were trying to do to him. You know what I mean? With claw marks like that. Like there's no bite marks. There's claws. And he's still holding that like letter, that crumpled up envelope in his hand.
Is there anything else on him?
Not of value other than his like ripped clothes and stuff. Commoner clothes.
I'm gonna cut his arm off, like right here, with my knife. The arm that's holding the
Envelope.
envelope.
Yeah, falls to the ground.
It's like, and it's like it's not a dull knife, but it's a small, like little like knife. So it takes me a minute, and I have to like break his.
Brewer, what are you doing over there?
And I'm like, my hands are covered in blood now, and I look up and I hold his arm.
Oh?
He's holding the hand. Can I snatch the letter from the hand?
Unless he wants to evade it.
Yeah, can I try to stop her from doing that?
Yeah. Hannah, you're just trying to grab it.
Yeah. While he's holding up the hand.
I'll just do dex saves for both of you.
What about a sleight of hand? Is that the same?
No, because you're not like trying to hide anything. Like she's trying to grab and you have it out.
Dex saves?
Yeah, it's just 2 dex saves, a dex save and a dex save. An argued dex save.
All right, roll this. Oh.
Yeah, so she snags it out of the hand.
You'll contaminate it.
Contaminated? You've got the hand. That's apparently what you wanted. You sawed it off. While we all watched, apparently.
I wanted the envelope.
For what reason? Are you going to read it?
Maybe eventually. I like blink at her and like
Just rip open the letter and fumble
furious.
it.
This bitch.
You're opening up the letter? Alright.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Hail to thee, mighty of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Borovia, send your honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kolyana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 100 years, these creatures have drained the lives of my people. Now my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by a vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Borovia. Leave our sorrows to our grave, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we have all departed for a better life. Interesting.
I snatched the letter back.
You can take it.
I'm gonna like tear it in half, but like below the like, not damaging any writing, but like right where the letter, like if I can just get like a strip of it. I don't know how big the letter is, but just want a piece of paper. And then I throw the rest of it to the ground and roll my eyes and walk away.
What would I know about vampires, and what is a burgomaster?
You wouldn't know anything about burgomasters.
So it's not like a grill master, someone who
No.
flips burgers at McDonald's, nothing like that.
No.
You know, a burger.
Vampires, you
right?
would know very little other than like the tails, like
Mhm.
like tall tales within Candlekeep.
After the brewer rips it, I'm gonna pick up the letter.
Which would be, just one more thing, which would be like our tall tales of vampires, like garlic and like stuff like that, you know. All right, sorry, Charlie.
I just picked up the letter. I'm just gonna quickly glance it over. Sounds like they were trying to stop anyone from entering these lands?
Sounds like it.
Well,
Looks like they're putting some kind of ritual around this place to protect them from this vampire.
well, I think that we should continue onward. Now we have a second contact that we can maybe find to get some more information. We have the woman whose name I can't recall, and then Kolyan. Is
Irina?
Burgomaster? Yes, her.
Well, are we going to stand around this dead body, or are we going to keep moving?
I advise we keep moving.
What can I make out of the red lights that are in this picture, Barry? Are they real? Are they just set dressing?
They look like just red, like eyes that are looking at you. You feel
Okay.
like you're being watched. Basically, that was like the.
Okay, so it does seem like just red glowing eyes, sort of. Oh, gee.
Yep. You have these in a folder, right? These things I'm sending to you.
Yeah.
Are you gonna access everything I've shown you?
The book, right?
Like I sent like a couple of pictures, I think.
I don't see anything under journal entries. I see some various decks.
No, I know the decks. I thought these would just go to you when I show players.
We may
Yeah, there's no
need
handout folder.
permissions either to a specific folder
I
or
thought show players did the permissions, but alright, it's fine.
no, it's just a temporary show.
I'll deal with it later. Alright. I have too many journals open to deal with that right now. Alright, so what are you guys doing? So that fog is omnipresently, like, kind of slowly closing in behind you, so.
The claw marks and stuff like that on the body, did they look like animal claw marks? Larger, smaller, abnormal?
Animal. They look like animal claw marks.
I'm stepping over the body and continuing forward.
Yeah, you could
following.
basically go 15 feet back to the road and continue.
Hey, Grace. Yeah, I think we are continuing on.
Okay.
Are there runes carved into the trees? Like the tree on the far right?
There are symbols clawed into the trees, but none of the symbols are anything you know.
Yeah.
There are different, just like patterns and shapes, but none of it. It's all like all over the place.
Yeah. I make a couple of. I write a few of them down.
Yep.
Gonna
So as
accidentally
you get to
summon
a certain
vampire.
point, you realize, like, specifically you, two things. You realize that one, throughout the trip, Tarkin, your bird has gone in and out of skeleton form as it's flown around during the day as well.
So not just in moonlight now?
Nope, it's like basically whenever it's in view of light in general, it seems to hit that skeleton form. And Octavia, you would know that the day passes you, and while it gets dark, it's not so dark where you could really tell it's night because of these woods. You've been like kind of in dark the whole day, but it is late at night, and you feel yourself get tired.
So far, does it feel like the same sort of length of day as our world?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if the rest of you all feel it, but it appears to be getting rather late. So we may want to try and find a way to rest.
I agree. We should probably rotate watches for the night, though. These woods are eerie, and I don't trust them.
Yes, I think that would be best. We should set up camp here and split up the watch throughout the night.
What's the temperature? Is it something where we feel like we definitely need a fire to keep warm?
No. Damp, cold, but not cold enough where you think you'd need a fire to like survive the night or anything like that. Or just be a comfort thing, if anything.
Yeah.
I'll watch first. And I'm tinkering with a pair of goggles that probably none of you have seen before.
I would say to cover the night, you would need, each watch would be 2 hours, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So 4 of you out of the 5.
I'll watch second.
If you want to wake me up, I can do third.
I can do the final watch.
Let Circos
Circos
get
puts
some
on his
beauty
pajamas.
rest.
Puts on his slippers. Drinks that wine he has.
Are those tigers?
Yes.
white tigers, like he's. A
I was very sad they weren't gold.
All right, who's doing first watch?
The brewer.
All right, roll perception. Was that
I'm
2?
busy. I'm busy. Yeah, I'm only kind of half watching because I'm trying to finish these goblins.
Yep. So while you work on the goggles, you kind of like extremely ADHD focused on your work, and every now and then glance real quick, and then you just go right back. Not enough to really see anything, but just to look around. All right. And at the end of the watch, what are you doing?
Where's the elf lady?
Sleeping with my book writing right next to me.
I like that.
So you hear little scratches of the pen
Um,
away because I'm asleep.
I'll walk over, and when I walk over, I find a small stick that's like 6 inches long, or like a foot long. I'll pick up the stick, and I use the stick to poke the elf.
Also, if you were to take a look at my pen, this is what my pen looks like. Just so everybody knows.
What's it look like? Show it again.
Then resources.
I will have by
Oh.
next game. It is shipped to me. Thank you.
Resources.
Yeah, campaign
resources.
Where's it?
Oh. It actually has like gears and stuff on it?
Where's that?
Oh.
Where's that? Curse of Strahd campaign resources. Where's that?
I don't want to read it.
But anyway, I get
Oh, in
poked
fucking Discord.
Where's that?
shuffling around and
Don't
Foundry.
worry.
Clicking wildly.
Uh,
I can't see it.
poked with a stick.
My goggles aren't working.
A stick. Ugh.
They're just goggles of night. You see everything as
These
if it's
goggles
the middle of the
of
night.
Yeah.
I like get up, stretch, and I pack everything up into my pouch. And I just go and like look around and touch things around us.
I'm gonna stay up for a little bit and continue looking at my goggles.
Aaliyah? A lie? A lie? A lie, right?
Lie.
It's a lie?
Alive,
A
yeah.
lie.
It's because Tom sent so many Aaliyah gifts, it fucked me up.
Is she the one who died in a
perception.
plane crash?
Yeah, perception roll, it's really tragic.
Our test determined that was a lie.
Wow, you guys are really perceptive.
It's foggy.
You can explain why you only rolled an 8 if you want.
So, throughout the night, I'm kind of just like walking in circles, and I have my hand on my head, and my eyes are closed, and I'm just shaking my head yes and no and yes and no. And at one part of the night, I walk up to one of like the trees, and I put my hand on it, and I hang my head. Come home, come home. I don't know where home is. I don't know where home is. Show yourself. I hear you. You're loud. You're close. Show yourself. And I'm just not paying attention to anything and just in my own thoughts.
There we go.
How much of that does the brewer see?
Sorry, I just said that.
If you're awake, everything. Definitely not trying to hide it.
All right, you should have these now. I had to do share with all, not show with all. All right.
Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah, I got
So in that maddening time that you have, you look around briefly as you freak out to yourself. And really, the only thing you see is that you see like that mist closing in at a smaller rate, but it still slowly creeps. All right, and then at the end of your watch, what do you do?
So I walk on over and I kneel down in front of Tarkin and I pull my head back not to scare him. And I push him on the shoulder.
Huh? What?
It's time to wake up. It's your turn.
And I'm gonna lean up in my bed. Sounds good. Get some shut-eye. And I'm gonna stand up. Start just kind of like circling around our little makeshift camp. Looking around at the foggy forest that we're in.
Roll perception.
Is that not rolling? Why are you not rolling?
Wow, over 10. Look at that. As you look around the woods, you just always constantly feel watched. You look up to see your bird kind of doing circles around the area, in and out of skeleton form. You hear a howl of a wolf from far away. Something that you've sort of heard before, but this one's louder. Like that. I was just waiting for the wolf to... But you feel like it's still a distant ways from the sounds. And you look back at that mist, which just hangs over you. It's about 10 feet away from, like, the closest camp. But you look at it and you see that it's slower than it was before. Or before when you guys were walking, it was right at your heels.
I'm just gonna continue to like walk around and listen for more howls until the end of my watch.
By the end of your watch, you don't hear another howl.
Okay. I'm gonna walk on over to Octavia and lean down and shake her on the shoulder.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Any issues so far?
just a wolf howling.
Close?
Not crazy close, but not crazy far. Louder than
Okay.
what we've heard.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go lay back down.
Wow, just great perception rolls. Octavia, you can explain why you rolled a 7.
Hannah, is your thing scribbling again?
Yep.
I will probably just be lost in watching that, trying to figure out what it's doing, how it's working. If I can get close enough, to try and poke the quill with a stick or something just to see how it affects the writing.
I mean,
Anytime you get within arm's reach, my hand tries to reach out and grab you. But my eyes are still closed.
Okay. If I use a stick to push it, would it still be the same thing? If anything gets near the book, you slap it away? Okay.
Basically, very.
before you walk over to the book, you notice, just as others did, that wall of mist and fog just standing over you. At this point, it's about 6 to 7 feet away from the nearest tent.
Where was it when we settled in for camp? How far away?
About like 20 feet. You can tell that like it's way slower than it was when you were walking, but it still creeps, and it's close. I mean, 6 to 7 feet. It's not super far. You know that.
eventually you will have to pack it in. But you get the feeling with your sense of time that you would be able to let the others rest.
A little longer.
Yep.
I will use prestidigitation to make a couple of puffs of wind to push the fog backwards just to see how it reacts.
The puffs of wind push the fog, but just while it pushes, the fog just encompasses it and fills the holes.
I make a smiley face in the fog by puffing some wind in like a dot. Smiley face.
It encloses into a skull and then fades away. And while you
did that
hold on,
actually happen?
I'm not done. Yeah, I'm not done. While you look, while it encloses, you get a visage. Basically, you see yourself walk forward through the mist, and as they walk up closer through the mist, the hair white, the face decayed, the eyes removed. You see your decayed corpse look into your face and reach out at you.
Am I looking into Maria's mirror?
I scream out, just fuck.
Everyone, I think, stops enough. Make a perception check to see if you wake from the scream.
Octavia's got a potty mouth.
After the initial shock, can I investigate it any further? Like, does it look like it's an actual thing? Is it an illusion?
When you freak out and you look back, like, it's gone. And that mist just stares at you like a blank slate on a wall. If you rolled over a 15, you woke up. So, just a lie. You wake up to a scream, and you see Octavia standing in front of the wall of smoke, but you don't see anything other than her standing in front of that wall.
I'm
So,
gonna do it again.
When Octavia screams, the pen quickly just falls, and I jolt up, and I look back, and I just see Octavia standing in front of the mist. I told you, don't mess with that mist. There's no good that will come of it.
I don't know that
wake
you
up
ever
to.
told me that, but just watch. And I do the smiley face again.
Nothing happens, it just fills with smoke. It just fills back up and is a blank slate.
It's making you delusional. I think we should wake up the others and press on. So
I like to
you
stick
leave
my
it.
head. Sorry, I stick my head in my pack.
Camera work, beautiful.
Camera work. The goggles.
Brewer slept for 2 hours. He's been working on these glasses.
So I get up and I pack everything back up into my pouch, and I walk over and I shake Tarkin on the shoulder, and I walk over and I shake Circos on the shoulder.
As I wake up, I go, "Good morning," as I look around at the...
Yeah, it's lighter, but almost as dark as it
What
was.
do you want? What do you need?
Well, I think we need to press on before we lose this one to the fog. And I jest over to Octavia.
Let the fog take her. It's about time.
What the fuck take her?
I'm gonna start packing up my stuff.
The fog loves little girls.
It is a nice offering to the fog. It is this little girl.
I do have to pee
Thanks,
real
guys.
quick, but
Seems
I'm
like
ready
a-
to press forward.
You guys seem like a dysfunctional group, to say the least.
Everyone can take a long rest. I don't know who needs it, but you can take it. This is a dysfunctional group here.
I can't take notes fast enough of all the shit that's happening.
We'll go solid death.
Wedding. That's all I hear are the crows.
I'm indignant that Tarkin has bird on.
Crows have eyes.
I'm indignant.
Make a bird. He's like, oh, look, bird.
Birdman.
Yo, I got bird. I'm not the fisherman anymore. I'm Birdman.
Birdman. Phil Birdman.
Hey, I'm the bird person. What's up?
Ostrix will be cooler.
Skeleton bird. Skeleton bird.
Metal bird?
Metal bird.
Copper bird. You can find some stuff.
But yeah, as you awake, you feel the presence of that mist, that wall of mist, start to like speed up its slow crawl towards you. As you pack up your things, you see it like basically as I'm just gonna say like Tarkin packs up his whatever his like bed stuff and like his whatever if he has a tent or not. It basically is starting to like creep up on him.
The fog?
Yeah.
This fog seems to be hurting us.
You see from the sides too, it's narrowing in the back, still decently open in the front. Sort of like a like a funnel.
I
Don't want
believe
any of this.
this fog is trying to keep us honest, keep our pace, and direct us where it wants us to go.
Certainly seem that way. As I finish packing up my stuff too. Shall we press on?
I believe we should.
I'm eager to see what lies ahead.
Amanda. I'm ready to continue on.
Yeah,
Bro.
Circos will start moving ahead and we'll, look back at everyone behind him.
Yeah, I mean the one in the back would have mist on their heels, basically.
As we walk throughout the day, I want to keep an eye out for any like living plants or anything like that, since it looks like the woods are fairly dead, and any other like essentially critters, anything small like that, and see if they also turn into skeletons in the light.
I will say that it doesn't take you long to hit a destination. Plants, you do see vegetation, mostly like ferns, brush. You don't ever really see like flowers or anything like that.
No fruits, or like even like dead ones.
Yeah, not specifically through the where you're traveling right now. It's mostly just barren, other than bush, ferns, trees, markings. The trees have that like darker sense of feel. Constantly feels like it's like about to rain if it's not raining. And you also like you don't have tons of view because that mist as you walk is like slowly coming in on the sides now, as well as behind you. But you eventually walk through a part where the road starts to open up, and you kind of see like houses through the looks of houses, like windows, lights of windows through the fog, but it's on the other side of the fog. And you walk into what is like a cobblestone street. which seems eerily vacant. Oh, hold on, let me get my journal entry here.
Are there actually lights on?
Big Dick Castle in the distance.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Big Dick Castle.
So yeah, you see a couple lights off.
Okay.
They're kind of more in the distance than the picture shows. The gravel road leads to a village. Its tall houses dark as tombstones. Nestled among these solemn dwellings are a handful of closed-up shops. Even the tavern is shut tight, so they are not off. Sorry. A soft whimpering draws your eye toward a pair of children standing in the middle of an otherwise lifeless street.
Fine children.
What's the status of the fog now that we're here?
Right now the fog's directly behind you, and it's kind of through, like, you see it like halfway through the buildings, and then directly in front of you is like an opening where these, like, you see what you see, but the lights are not on, and there's two kids standing in front of you.
Kids?
Amanda. Yeah, children. Amanda.
Give them a little wave.
Don't do kids.
Well, I hope not. That'd be gross.
Thorn, it's okay. We'll find someone who can help us. It's okay. Shh.
No one can help us.
I'm sure there's someone around here who can help us. Shh. It's okay. It's okay.
I approach the two little kids.
Hi! Hi! Can you help us? There's a monster in our house!
There's a monster in your house.
Yeah, there's a monster up in our house! And I'm pointing up at a building that's just not in fucking good shape at all.
Phew, the monsters everywhere, darling.
Oh, there's a really, really bad monster in our house! I don't know where our mom and dad are!
Terrible
How long have your mom and dad been gone?
A long time.
Oh no, how old are you?
10?
10? And how old are you?
Thorn, one more, honey. This many.
And he's like holding tightly a doll that looks like a skull.
Fuck these kids.
Here is the this is what they look like.
They're
No.
precious.
Fuck
Yeah.
these kids.
No.
Fuck these kids. No.
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 What does this
Nope.
monster look like?
Oh no! I've never seen it! My mom and dad always told me never to go looking for it. It's in the basement of our house.
Does the taller one have horns, or are those just like stripes on the cowl?
No, those are the cowl. It's the cowl sticking up.
Ape.
You'll find that the art of Strahd is very unique. And I took some stuff from other people, but I always went back to the original art because it's so fucking unique. I love it.
Are
Fuck
there
you.
no other adults around that can
Not
help?
that I've seen. Do you see anybody who can help?
How long
What
have you been-
happened to everyone?
I don't know. I was told not to go looking for the monster.
What about Walter?
Walter!
We need to save Walter.
We do need to save Walter! Our baby brother's upstairs!
Please, sir. Miss. Miss.
And I walk over to them and I put my cloak over each side of them to protect them from the rain.
Thank you, miss.
How
You're
long have
very
you,
kind.
how long have you been searching for help?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
no.
don't
No
know.
no one helps.
Do you know what a day is? Do you have a way of telling time?
Time?
How many times have you had to go to sleep since your parents were missing?
that's a lot. I don't know.
That is a lot.
More than 10 times?
Is that this many?
It's this many.
More than 10 times. It's okay. It's okay. And she's gonna reach over to Thorn and just kind of hug him.
If it's been that long, what have you two done for food? And shelter? If there's a monster in your house, where have you slept?
In the tavern nearby.
Are there other people in the tavern?
Not right now. That's why we're out here looking for somebody to help us.
How long has it been since there were people in the tavern?
A long time.
More than 10 sleeps?
They're children. Stop pressing these questions.
Are you gonna help?
Are we gonna
Mommy
help
and
them?
Daddy?
No. They
Walter!
look distressed. It's
The
cold.
baby!
There's a monster
Rose,
in the
have you
basement.
told them about the baby?
Walter's
Walter.
upstairs.
Our baby brother's upstairs in his nursery.
And the monster is also upstairs?
No, the
Monster's
monster's
in
in
the
the basement.
Oh, okay. What does the monster look like?
I don't know, but he sounds like
Terrible howls. Mommy and Daddy put it in the basement. They trapped it.
And then
And
where
as
did they
you
go?
guys are having discussion, you see that wall of mist come behind the children and behind you and to the left as it pushes you eastwards as you're still talking to them.
Well, judging by this fog, I think we have no option but to help the poor children.
Please help.
you're the first people we've seen in a long time.
The brewer walks up and like puts a little tiny lens in the little kid's face and is like, "What kind of monster is it?"
I don't know.
Oh, I can tell you what it sounds like. It sounds like
I love how it just keeps noise canceling both of you.
it does.
Yeah, it looks like you're just silently screaming.
Sir.
Like that's not a thing.
What is it? Yeah, can you describe what it sounds like?
Just, they're screaming. That's what they're.
Cool. This is great.
You don't know what it looks like?
No.
They haven't seen it.
Mom and Dad told us to keep safe in our rooms, so we
Well,
listened.
Let
Not
us
that well.
just
'cause
go
here
into
you
this
are.
house then. I can't stand these screaming children. It is fucking annoying. It is fucking terrible.
My guy.
Just go into the house.
So you see
Let's go.
you do see the house that Rose points to. It's a brick row house that has seen better days. Its windows are dark. It has a gated portico on the ground floor, and the rusty gate is slightly ajar. The houses on either side of the house are abandoned. Their windows and doors are boarded up.
And you said
So-
there aren't any houses that currently have lights on? Any buildings with lights on?
No, and you can't even see them now because the
Fog
mist
is
has
pushing us to this creepy
uncovered
fucking
them.
house. Yes.
And
Circle
basically,
starts
this
going
is
into
what
the
this
entrance.
is what the house looks like as you walk up towards it.
Yeah,
I can't
this is
see anything because I have like
Nice.
90 fucking
Yeah.
journals fucking open. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I grabbed that like at 7:30. So as the kids sort of follow you up behind the house, are you gonna help us?
Our baby brother's on the 3rd floor.
Yes.
No. Thorn. There you go.
do we hear the monster screaming or anything?
You don't hear anything.
Will you stay out here while we are in here getting your baby brother?
Yeah.
Well, be ready. We will toss him out the window to you.
You're gonna drop our baby brother?
That's so mean.
Oh, be ready. this is you say this is urgent. Then the urgency dictates we would throw the boy.
The brewer holds up a little protractor to like the window on the third floor and goes, "It's not that far."
Trajectory.
See,
It's a
look,
A
he is doing the
protractor,
numbers. He is running the numbers right now, right here, and it is perfect. We will throw the boy.
Um,
it's a
While
classic
they're
Willow
talk-
mission. Find
while they're
the beast,
talking-
kill the baby.
while they're talking about their projections, I'm gonna lean in front of the two kids. Your name was Thorn, and what was your name?
Rose.
Rose. Pretty names you've got.
Thorn, Rose, and Walter.
Rose, Thorn, and the baby, Brett Michaels.
We will get your brother, and we will save you from this monster. I promise.
Thank you. Thank you. And as like the mist starts to push, they just get underneath the portico and
Hunker up together. Snuggling.
we arrive at the doors of the house. You guys can choose the order of which you would like to move for this.
Probably just go left to right in this order.
It's up to you. You're just
How about we
how-
go right to left?
how we're doing
Jamie
this
doesn't
is
wanna do
it
shit.
doesn't have to be in the order of what you're placed. You guys decide it. And if at any point that someone's confused of where they're going to go, I'm going to go in the order of where you walked. Because I read a whole article on this today because I was trying to figure out how to better do this instead of using Discord windows. So I think it's best that you guys strategize with yourselves and pick who goes first and whatnot. And then, like I said, if you guys have trouble and I feel like there's a delay in anything, then I'll just go from there. Who's where, basically. But who's on first?
Well, we know the baby is on the third floor, and the monster's in the basement, so I say we head to the third floor first. Who wants to be brave and open the door?
Do we want to maybe like look through the windows first, see if we have any idea of what's going on in there? Perhaps the monster is no longer in the basement, or the baby doesn't exist. Do we hear any sort of crying, anything like that?
No, you don't hear anything right now.
Cool. This is totally fine.
For heaven's sake, I'm gonna
Well,
walk up to the door. Open it.
So where you are right now is so you walk up and you see a wrought iron gate with hinges on one side and a lock on the other. But the gate is unlocked and obviously the door is partway open, so you're opening it up, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come over to one of the windows to look in.
I assume I just see more doors behind it, based upon what I see.
Yeah, so when you open up that gate, you see a set of oaken doors that are just... They're closed right now. You have, like, the rest of your movement, Trev.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use the rest of it to go up to here. Oops.
Okay.
What's this pink box thing?
Are you... Oh, that's not supposed to be there.
I had a feeling that might not be the case.
So you're just looking inside the room?
Yeah. Just seeing if there's anything in there, what the
Yep.
sort
Roll
of
a
layout
perception
is.
check. So you notice basically an oak paneled room that kind of looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head.
and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves. 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them supporting a cask of wine, 2 carved wooden goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabrum. A chandelier hangs over above a cloth-covered table surrounded by 4 chairs, which is right here. And then 2 cabinets are against the walls. But other than that, you don't notice anything else. That's just like a description of what the room is. It's like a game room.
Is there any wine in the goblets or anything like that from what I can see?
From outside the window, you can't tell.
Can I use prestidigitation to light like some of the candles in the candelabra?
Yeah, I mean, you can see them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all you need to light them, so.
Yeah, it's only a 10-foot range, so I'd only really be able to do 1 or 2, but just to see if it illuminates anything more. Nope. It illuminated nothing.
Put some beautiful lights, though, up.
Yeah, they look amazing. From what Octavia can tell, is it the normal amount of luminance from the lights?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Seeing that Octavia's not horrified by anything, I'm gonna go and get my table mounted onto my arm, and then just like it sounds like just like gear clacking. Usually like click 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 on my wrist, which you don't really see what it is, and then I walk into the door that's open. Sort of following Targan.
Okay. Yeah, like your moves you can do so Octavia, you can do the rest of your movement too.
Okay.
So you can do just like you would in like combat movement.
Yeah, I'll double move over to here just to try and get a sense of what the side of the building looks like.
Yeah, I mean, similar to the front, like a decayed look, like over to its right, like you probably can't see, but like there's just they abandoned houses on the right and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Who's next?
I put my hood up and I crouch down a little bit and head in to the brewery. Step to the side. Oh. Not that.
What are you doing?
Just waiting.
That's all your movement? Okay.
Yeah.
Circus?
He'll follow everybody into the room.
I will also catch up with everyone.
All right, Tarkin.
Tarkin's gonna open this door.
Yep.
And is this just like a little passageway?
Yeah, so passively you can tell that it's a wide hall, runs the oh, wrong one. So basically it's like a little foyer, and hanging on the south wall of the foyer you can see a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, flanked by framed portraits. And then you see 2 oak doors on the other side too, that are, well, they're not oak, they're mahogany.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
And then the other side, stained glass on this side.
I'm just gonna like slowly and cautiously like walk into the room.
Yep. So just this
These are the portraits, and then that's the shield.
Okay. I'm good.
Yep. Whoever's next, that's up to you guys.
I think it was Octavia, but she ran back, so I think next is Brewer.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure if we were like.
I'm leaving it kind of open to you guys how you like move yourselves. Just no one take like I want like the turns kind of spread apart, but like unless I feel like I need to, I want you guys to be able to control that a little bit more. But it is more like a dungeon crawl, obviously, than theater of the mind for this.
Yeah, I'm basically just follow. I mean, in my mind, I'm like examining as we walk through and following Tarkin, not right behind him, but like 5-10 feet behind him.
Yep, and when you walk in, you'd basically, what I explained before, your passive perception would see that there's an emblazoned shield, 2 portraits, and then on the left side of the room, the foyer is stained glass.
Who are the portraits of?
The portraits, make a perception check.
Ooh.
The portraits are of stony-faced aristocrats. I love Aristocats so much with that rabbit, the really funny rabbit in Aristocats.
And
Doesn't exist. I watched it recently. There is no rabbit. You're a liar.
Is there a scene in this stained glass?
In the stained glass, no, it's like segmented. Like
Decorative.
It's just like decorative. Yep.
Okay.
What did you roll? You rolled a crit too, right? With your crit on the shield as well, you weren't necessarily looking for it, but you would see is a stylized golden windmill on a red field.
Does it look dusty or is it relatively clean?
It's clean.
It doesn't look to the outside, right? It's just like decorative stained glass on a wall.
Like you can see through it. It's like a window.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell based off of the actual map.
No, but like the everything inside so far that you've seen is in like good condition as opposed to the outside of the house. All right, what's next?
So I pop open the door in front of me.
Yep.
And I walk through and just very and still crouched down. I kind of just like walk through and just like drag my fingers against the wall over like the portraits and stuff as I walk by.
Are you looking for anything, or are you just doing that for flavor? Or are you trying to be emo?
Flavor.
I will say that when you look at your hands after, they have no dust.
Duly noted.
No case.
Next.
Tom, you doing anything?
These 2 chickens behind us. Sheesh.
I'll just kind of follow and observe. He's not going to push forward.
As I start to go through the house, I want to just kind of investigate for any signs of what happened to the parents or what this monster might be. Like, are there claw marks? Are there burns?
Everything looks unscathed where you are in this foyer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the door, and before I go to reach and open it, I'm just gonna give a quick listen to see if I hear anything or if it's just quiet.
It's so quiet, it's deathly. Just
Eerily quiet.
ominous void of noise.
Alright, I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
And step into the room.
So you see basically a wide hall runs the width of the house, with a black marble fireplace on one end and a sweeping red marble staircase at the other. The general gist of what you get with your passive perception.
I'm good.
Next.
Either way, bro.
In the way, bro.
I took an extra.
Good thing there's a second door.
I'm not opening doors. It's all a trap. It's a very staircase. Can I examine the fireplace? Is this like a legit sword?
Make a perception check.
It's 14 tin. It's 15 tin.
So mounted on the wall above the black marble fireplace is a long sword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt.
I'm gonna take it.
You gonna take it?
I'm not gonna open a door because it might be trapped, but I'll grab a fancy sword off of a mantelpiece. No problem.
You taking it?
I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
And I'm examining the metal on the hilt and see if I can't like use it to like scrap it and use it for my own purposes.
Investigation on the. This will be your action with the grabbing of it. So looking at the long sword, from what you can tell metal-wise, it looks to be your typical long sword that just literally got engravened. But it's not like a fake long sword. It's not like decorative. So, the normal metals that would be a long sword. I don't like what iron, steel. I don't.
Okay.
Iron
Yeah,
or
I need those.
What did I say that the? Yeah, it's not like gold or anything. Like it's just a windmill's cameos worked into the hilt. Like in the hilt is a portrait of a windmill.
I take my like blanket that I have and wrap it around the blade and put it on my back.
Can't say we didn't get nothing from this journey.
I'm gonna melt this down and make a bird out of it.
Hey, that sounds awesome to me. You want to make some armor for my bird?
Skeleton bird. All right, who's next?
I'm gonna come this way.
Sleeps. You've seen your parents. Sorry,
What?
I accidentally looked at the Discord when I was
Oh.
waiting for the next turn. DMs can have fun too. They can look at the Discord.
No, you can't. So I walk in and just look around to see if I see
You're just checking around. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So the wood paneled walls, Hannah, ornately.
Ornately.
There you go. I don't
Ornately.
fucking deal with ornately things. I ate Doritos wings today.
Ooh.
Are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. And this isn't explained in the journal, but my cool map maker made it, so I'm gonna make it up. That these are like bronze, birds perched on top of a windmill. AKA, when you do the Strahd map, all the maps are gonna have a similar theme because I pay a man to get all these maps. Like the original map of this is a whole different thing than what this is. But yeah, so yeah, wood paneled walls are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. That's what you see with your perception check, other than what everyone else has seen. Marble, black marble, and a marble staircase with red carpet. Next. Unless Hannah has anything else.
I'm good.
Sarkos will go into the room. This way.
Wait, hold on one thing. Hannah?
Oh, he's dead.
Hannah, you stepped on a trap. You're now a zombie.
Rip.
Never mind.
You
I was just
shattered
being...
us.
Never mind.
How ominous.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
R.I.P.
Ah,
A lot of things to keep track of. I didn't know if you hit one of the things.
Rip, 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 rip.
I did.
God, I should probably think about where I walk, huh?
No, just keep going.
Evil.
Is there any little girls?
Hello?
Where are the little girls? So he
Where's little
moved.
Walter?
He moved.
Yeah, action-free interaction.
Yeah. Free interaction opening a door?
Usually it's an action.
Yeah. Alright, well, he'll, I'll stay where I am. That's fine.
Okay. Free interaction's usually for, like,
Yeah.
checks
No,
or, like, drawing a
I'm just so
sword or something
used
like
to Rogue.
Yeah.
Just...
Promise you won't be level 1 super long.
That doesn't fix not being a rogue, Barry.
No, but it gives you more shit to do. Rogue boy.
Oh boy.
Rogue boy.
I'm a
Rogue is like the
motherfucking rogue
2-button
boy.
rotation for Hunter.
Pretty much.
It's
like, wow, I
noticed
can-
when I was
I
doing
can dash
helping Hannah,
3
I was like, wow,
times
this
on my
is like,
fucking
you don't have to
turn.
really do anything. It just does it for you. Just
Yeah,
think-
Rogue's fucking awesome. You don't have to
Oh.
think when you level, and you can just go 3 movements on your turn. It's fucking great.
What are you doing, buddy? Thank you.
What's Octavia doing?
I'm going to come into the room.
Uh-oh.
Does anyone think it's at all odd that we haven't heard whatever the wailing or screaming the children were talking about is?
Yes.
Maybe it's asleep.
I mean, it's probably a good thing we haven't heard it.
You don't hear anything.
I know. I don't like that. I'm going to sort of come closer towards the stairs again, just investigating for any sign of people, creatures. Is anything like? Is there any sign of life? Any sign of dust?
Nope.
None of those things. Would an investigation check make a difference?
Nope. Passively, you can tell that everything feels untouched. You walk over to the steps and see basically stairs that, for the most part, look unused. And the windmill statues around them with the birds on top have no dust on them at all.
Okay. I'm going to. I've got a bag of sand. So I'm going to just take a little bit of sand and try and put some, like, on the statue just to see what happens. Like, is it self-cleaning? Or has someone been cleaning
Sand
these things?
slowly pours off of them and just kind of lays on top like it normally would.
Okay.
Dirty. You just dirty the statue for no reason. Dirty litter bug.
That's a self cleaning home?
Tarkin.
What is it?
Are these both like mahogany or oak doors like previous ones?
Yeah,
Rich
yeah.
mahogany.
Since coming in, all the doors have been mahogany. Yep.
Okay. In that case, Tarkin is going to start walking over towards the stairs. Well, children said Walter was upstairs, so... And I'm going to start walking in that direction. I'll dash. Fuck it. I'll go up to there.
Okay.
I want to dash. But I will.
Dash.
Brisk
walk.
What's this over here? Is it
I don't know, you didn't expect it.
I
You
didn't
went
mean to do
upstairs.
that, sorry.
okay? Fair enough.
I mean, basically, it's like a cubby hole. From what you can see, it's like a cubby where like a hallway or something would be.
Hannah just posting her
No
expertise.
lights, noises.
There's no
Smells.
lights anywhere. Nope.
Nothing coming from upstairs.
Nope. Everything's eerily quiet.
These stairs, is there a platform? No, a platform. What do you call it?
Yeah, they
landing?
continue. This is just like what the map is.
Right.
Yep.
But they continue up, like, beyond what I can see.
Yep.
Okay.
Next.
Just keep looking up there. I'm gonna dash up. Oh,
All right, you made your turn. Next.
I'll follow up the stairs.
Thought Circus was gonna double back and go babysit the creepy kids.
Yeah, fuck no. And I guess I'll dash, so... I don't know, I guess that'll get me, like, there-ish.
Octavia.
I'll move up behind the brewer and then follow them up the stairs. I'm not gonna try and shove past them.
Arkin.
Boink. Oh, look at that.
Everyone else, Brewer, and if you're all going upstairs, go ahead and make your movement, and we'll do the rest of Tarkin movement and the rest of your guys' movement. So just move up a little
I'm
bit.
just gonna move it out here.
No,
So,
just, I guess. Yeah.
so,
Wait, what did you do? Stay there. What are you doing?
so as I walk up here, I'm gonna look at these 4 statues around the room.
Yeah, hold on. Alright,
They
so
look
should
like
go
they
this
have
far.
wolf heads.
Okay. Unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood-framed portrait. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors in the east and west walls. That's all you got. Are you doing a perception check other than that?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at them.
Okay.
So,
You're looking at the
statues
armor?
specifically. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, armor.
If initiative type of stuff doesn't matter, can I light this oil lamp? Otherwise,
let's still just wait for like
Okay,
turns
that's
and stuff. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head.
I knew it.
oh yeah, look at that.
The wolf head armor.
A little
that's
wolf
all-
head on top.
It's really all of it. Just 4 of them.
And looking down to my south, those stairs go up to. It would be the 2nd floor, right?
Yeah, you can tell that they're like spiraling.
All right.
it looks as if those wolf heads are all kind of looking towards the same point in the center. So maybe tread carefully.
I mean, regardless, we're still gonna have to go up at least 1 more floor to find this child.
I think it's best if we make our way to the 3rd floor and not touch anything.
I agree.
The brewer is touching the hand of one of the suits of armor and like examining what type of metal it is.
I think it's best if we go to the 3rd floor and don't touch anything. The brewer is touching something.
What are you, a boo? Jesus.
I would say that you could
deduce that the armor is silver. It is midnight, so it's up to you guys when you want to stop. We are in a campaign, so I have no problem stopping whenever.
I'll just call it here with
I think so. Josh is yawning. I'm yawning.
It sucks that it's only 9 o'clock.
That's what you get for moving out to Arizona.
What you get when you let your heart win.
soon.
Listen,
I'll be
I
out
would
in
play.
Arizona.
I would
Whoa.
play midnight my time. So
So the freeze frame is Tarkin going, "Let's not touch anything," and then the brewer's like,
You're touching the armor, and you realize it's silver.
"I'm touching the butt."
He touched the
The
butt.
butt.
Touch the butt.
Dare you to touch the butt.
Close all 50 of these tabs.
Tab season.
This is fucking tense, man.
Yeah, those